your introduction first.
Yeah, so this game is being right now broadcast to YouTube, so it'll be saved. I mean, I mostly do that to so it's archived, so you can listen to this later. But anyways, hi, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We'll do character intros in a little bit. We're playing Red Markets today. The scenario is called GTH, Grand Theft House. Well, we'll see if it's a theft or an arson, or yeah, it's up to the takers what actually happens in this house. I just wanted a catchy title, so. Uh, we have four patrons who are playing today, and so Jared, please introduce your character, Harold.
Hi, I'm Jared. I'm playing Harold. I step on people's intros, apparently. Um,
No worries. Yeah.
Harold is a pre-gen cosmetologist. I'm basically reskinning him so that he looks like Bill Danoff from the Starland Vocal Band from the 70s. I don't know if you remember that song, Afternoon Delight. But he looks like that guy, but with shorter hair so that he doesn't like get grabbed or anything like that. But he's a very positive, very friendly guy who exudes the same weird kind of sexual confidence that he does not deserve.
All right. That's a good. Yeah, no. I dig it. So next up we have Dan K. Playing Blackbird. Please tell us about Blackbird.
Blackboard is a drone pilot who liked the Beatles a little too much when he chose his taker name. Because he
Fair enough.
wasn't thinking about the aircraft, he was thinking about the song.
All right.
His wife's ID is Penny Lane. Strangely enough, they don't want to be identified because, hey, we're all dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're just one of the anonymous takers. Your past is a mystery. At least you hope it stays that way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, Next up, we have Z Comics playing Patchy. Please tell us about Patchy.
Hi guys. Patchy was a really shitty failed actor who had to work at one of those chain restaurants where you like pretend to be a pirate. Uh, Luckily, when the crash happened, he actually was also like someone who was into HEMA and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So he went full method into his shitty pirate role and became a pirate. He's one of those weirdos who goes around the lost with a sword and just somehow found his way into a crew of competent takers who are keeping him alive at this point.
I
Yeah.
hate you so much. I probably hate you so much.
It's a really shitty pirate accent too. He's not even really trying.
Amazing. Well, his sword is very sharp, so it better him in the front lines than you, right? Scribblykin. Tell us about your character, McStuffins, I believe.
Yes, I've grabbed the pre-gen McStuffins, relatively arrogant doctor who thinks that he's better than, most people in the Lost because he is a good doctor in the Lost, and who actually kind of believes in that people who need help should get help. So that makes him better than, I don't know, 70% of the doctors before the crash, and probably way better than most of the doctors after the crash.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm also secretly immune, which I probably haven't told most people,
Yeah.
for reasons.
Yeah, very good reasons in game settings. So, yeah, because this is a one shot, we are skipping negotiations because it would it would just take more time, and we could have more adventure. Because yeah, the stakes. But you will have more time to prep for this job. So, we're setting this in the Trabajo enclave setting. So you're out west. In Colorado, in the shadow of the Rocky Mountains, and your taker group, you can all sort of like in the chat sort of figure out what your taker group name is, but you've worked together for a few jobs, nothing major. This is sort of your first big job, and it's an anonymous client from the recession, which is always a little vexing or concerning, or it's not. You're but the money's too good to pass up. And they have put it in escrow, so you know that they are serious about it. They're not just going to scam you. But this anonymous client has an interest in the technology of a defunct company called RihadCo. RihadCo had built a prototype mobile home with new innovative tech, the promise of revolution in low income housing. Unfortunately, for your client, the prototype is apparently still intact. So your client has indicated that they are interested in patenting this tech in the recession, but the prototype would pose a legal challenge because RihadCo, some of it is still around, some of the company, and it would be a mess in the courts. It would be a lot easier to claim the technology as their own if there was no prototype that the RihadCo surviving executives could point to as proof of prior art. So your job is to take care of that prototype mobile home one way or the other. They apparently, the client has told you, if it's too hard to destroy it, just literally hiding it somewhere, moving it away from the one, because apparently the place is a RihadCo R&D office campus. And they can literally, and there are people with UBEC specs in the area, so it is very easy to get proof that prototype exists right now. But if it's not at that office park, then it won't. Who knows what the provenance of it will be lost, the chain of custody. So that's what your client wants you to make that prototype disappear. We will, it is a 2-leg job. And you don't know, that's all you know for free. So what we do is all of you get at least one action to do something before you leave. And if you want to take 2 actions, you can, give up your family life, burn the midnight oil and make a self-control check, for detachment, threatening detachment if you fail. And you could take a second action and things you can do include researching the job any number of ways, talking to people, going on UBIC to look things up. You could take out a loan and get additional equipment. Of course you have to do a networking check to find the equipment, or get info on the legs, like what kind of things you might see on the road there. And once you find out some things, additional topics come up. So I'll just kind of go from each player from let's see here. We'll go for Harold first. Harold, what do you want to do as your action before you're prepping or before you leave? Like what your first action?
It'd be nice if I had a silencer for my gun, but I guess it would.
No, we ruled that you could swap out automatic for silencer. I think, or no, you're using the pre-check. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you could get your character is a hustler, so you can just spend you automatically succeed. You can just get a silencer. Now you'll be in debt. 1d10 bounty for the loan.
Yeah.
But actually, no. Upgrades are just 1, so you can just take a loan of 1. So yeah, you could just you'll just be in debt for 1, and you get a silencer.
I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
You could push a tough spot and make him in debt for 1d10 as well.
Yeah, that's true. If you activated that ability, or I could save that for later on in the adventure.
I mean, he wouldn't have to roll networking to get the silence.
That's true.
But he can just do that because he's a hustler.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of wondering. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so yeah, that is one thing you can do. But what else are you thinking?
I mean, I was thinking, I could get with the hustler ability, if it would be better if I used that for something else, for like some information or something.
Yeah, you could ask. There's any number of things you could ask about. You can also burn the midnight oil, get the silencer, and then do something else as your second action. So,
You know what? I'll do that. Why not? Let's go crazy.
okay. Uh,
So go
so
ahead.
for yeah, we'll just do everyone's first action, then we'll do the second action. So, are you getting the silencer first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get a silencer for your gun. You will go into debt for 1d10. Whew, you have to call in a lot of favors, so you're 10 in debt as the game begins. But it's a one shot. Play your character like a stolen car.
Yeah. No one's gonna hear me use that silencer on me, huh?
Yeah. Now,
Wow.
because you've activated, you can now. I mean, now there's no point in not using networking as much as possible
Yeah.
because you could. This only happens once per session. So yeah, it's a very expensive silencer. But
Apparently.
He also owed some people.
yeah,
Let's be fair.
yeah, that's true. And some people ask you for loans, and you always say yes because you're the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the man. Yeah.
hmm
Uh,
Um,
you know,
all right.
swapping out one of those programs for a silencer might have been a better call, but okay, it's fine. It's
Really?
fine.
Okay. Yeah. Like I
I don't.
didn't
I. Well, no, I don't think you can swap out upgrades for one or the other, at least from different things. I don't.
Well,
You can
I
sell
mean,
the entire thing, but
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
when you're starting with a pre-gen, you could, I would think, can adjust
Oh
things.
yeah. That's true. I guess in that circumstances, but whatever. What's done
I
is
feel
done.
this adds
Yeah.
motivation to the character to,
Yes.
scrounge a lot.
Yeah. So Blackbird. What do you want to do as your first action?
Well, we know it's at a park controlled by the guys that theoretically are built the thing and want to.
You know that there are people with Ubex specs that have posted photos and videos of the prototype recently. That's what your client has sent to you.
Okay, so we
you
don't know that
you-
there are people there. We just know that people have seen it and taken photos.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't know what the situation is at
So-
that campus. Yeah.
We just need to make sure it does not appear.
It
Or
needs
it's
to.
not,
Yeah,
it's not photographable or verifiable.
you need to get it away from that location. If it's gone from there, then there's more deniability because basically what the prototype looks like right now is a semi truck with a big, long custom trailer. The idea is that the trailer transforms into a house. So it's a very much a prototype mobile home. But when you take it out of there, you could easily repaint the truck, dismantle the truck, actually turn it into a house, any number of things. So if it's out of there, the people in the recession aren't going to know where it is. So
Okay, so do we know that the truck is in a drivable condition?
you do not. That
Well,
could be something to research. Yeah.
Yeah, so either research, that's a skill I don't have. All right.
Networking would work too. Let's see
How about
here.
mechanics? Know about the
Okay.
that model truck and what security guards it may or may not have.
Well, with mechanics, you could analyze the footage of the truck itself. You don't really see any security guards. That would be networking.
I will take that.
Okay, all right. Give me a mechanics check. Your tool cannot be used for that because.
Well, I don't have tools. Those are expensive. Please.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so that is a 10/2. I have 2.
It's unless something happened to it. The most recent footage that you have is from like 2 weeks ago. So from that footage, you can tell actually someone's been maintaining this truck. Not just like it's outdoors, but it's being cleaned. Like it doesn't look showroom new because that would be impossible in to keep it outdoors. But like someone is taking care of it, and there are subtle signs that you can tell that the engine works. It's like a hybrid biodiesel electric. It's like next generation kind of technology. So
Do any of the shots show a fuel reserve anywhere near it, like in a background or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a fuel tank. next to one of the buildings in the background.
Okay, well, we have to hope that's got stuff in it, or that we can find a bioreactor or whatever.
Yeah.
He'll be
So
fine.
your expert opinion is that it is a drivable vehicle,
Cool.
assuming nothing's happened to it in the last 2 weeks. But yeah.
Well, and then we could just make more things happen to the whole thing if we need to. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick question.
All right.
Does anyone of us have a drive? I do not.
Oh
I
no.
have a drive of 1.
Well, that's more than 0.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It's true.
You
So,
needed someone to pilot your pirate ship. Or
Now, if we link a drone rig onto it so I can control it remotely, then I'm fine. But that makes no sense. But anyway.
I mean, I've heard of worse plans from player characters. So, yeah. Anyways, Patchy, what do you want to do as your action?
would it be possible to use criminality on the footage to see if there's anything I can discover about like breaking, entering into wherever this place is?
Yeah, I'd give you criminality. Yeah, go ahead and make a roll for it.
All right, that's a 7, so that's a critical failure.
Double sevens. Okay.
No. That's not a
No,
critical
no.
failure. Just a failure.
Yeah, it's only when the 2 dice are actually both 7s. So, like, that's a regular failure. Yeah. So, it's a regular failure. You just don't know. But if both of those dice were 7s, that would be crit.
Fair enough.
Okay, so yeah, you don't know off the top of your head unless you want to spend a will to flip it.
I only
Or
have
reference.
one of those, so
Yeah. You may want to save it.
What about a reference?
You can also spend a reference, and you don't have to use a device because you're in your enclave.
that's one of the things I was unclear about. So references you just tap whenever.
Yeah, you only have as many references available to you as points of charisma. So in your case, 1.
Well, I
And
don't
when
have
you
a Ubik, so I might want to tap it now.
yeah, so that costs you a point of bounty off the job, which again, because it's one shot, as long as you finish the job, you'll all be in the black. Just not very much, and Harold may not be in the black because of his, but we'll see. So yeah, who are you tapping? Who's going to help you advise you on this matter?
Let's see. There is a quote unquote cartographer, aka someone who's good at breaking into locations and mapping out locations for takers, who I know, who maybe they have a map or some sort of like information about the compound that we're headed to.
Yeah, in fact, you do. So what's their name?
Mappy.
Mappy. Okay. Mappy is a contact used by a lot of takers, scavengers, and thieves. So they get a lot of work. And Mappy is happy to advise you. He's like, oh yeah, the RihadCo R&D campus. You're not the first person. They've got a lot of weird tech. A lot of stuff. They were very much like one of those companies before the recession that was just trying to get venture capital money. Like it wasn't clear if any of their tech actually worked. They built shit like nano machines to do heart surgery and like quadcopters with like missiles on them and like weird shit. But anyway, that's actually an enclave. They keep a very low profile. But like that's an actual enclave. So there's 4 buildings and a courtyard in the middle of the 4 buildings. So it's a pretty good defensive perimeter, but there are not very many of them. And they don't trade, or they do very little trading. They don't advertise that they're an enclave. So I'm not really sure what their deal is. Like why they're sitting on this cache of weird tech and they're just sitting on it, as far as I can tell.
Matt,
No
do
one.
you know if they're
Yeah.
hostile since you know all this information?
You know what? One person went out to steal from them, or it wasn't a one solo. It was a pair partners, and I never heard from them again. So I assume hostile, but The weird tech, it never, there can't be that many people there because, if there's too many people, they would have a footprint and people would know about it. Um, yeah, yeah, they stick them. Yeah, it's a weird situation, man. But there's not that many people there. But there's enough to keep those 4 buildings secure. So yeah, it's odd. It's a mystery. But it's not one I've ever had the time or energy. I've never had the inclination to really dig into it because there's fatter targets and more profitable things to do.
Understandable, Mappy. I will bring you back some booty from my what's the word for going on a quest as a pirate?
They don't really go on quests. That was more like a night thing.
Voyage?
Voyage.
I shall go on a voyage to
Yeah.
find booty.
Arr, shiver me timbers. Yeah, no, yeah. You stay safe there, Patchy. You'd be ashamed to. You're good. Yeah.
I'm invincible, and he walks off.
Oh no. Oh god. The candle that burns twice as bright. Anyways, let's see here. McStuffins. What do you want to do as your action?
I groan after my interactions with Patchy having told me about the enclave, and try to shake off the headache that I got from talking with Patchy, and go to research this supposed enclave. Who are these guys? What rumors are there on the Lifelines forums?
Okay. Yeah. What skill are you using for that?
Research.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll.
So that's 9 over 8. Good thing I have 3 in that.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, Mappy's not the only one to come to that conclusion, but it's not. There's been some discussion on the Lifelines about the RihadCo R&D campus, and people wonder if that's like a DHQS sleeper cell or a meat cultist stronghold or any number of other cult strongholds, and that's why they're laying low. But people have ruled that out, or at least the cult angle, because they haven't like decorated it with any religious graffiti or anything like that. What people observe from a distance is that they take great care in keeping the buildings intact, but also like clearing out casualties at night. That they shoot, and it's a hard approach. It's open ground, and they have good sight lines. They've really like cleared out any obstructions, so they would be really hard to sneak up on the place. But from what people know about RihadCo, there's nothing there worth. Maybe they just have enough resources to get by. Again, what do you want to figure out more than anything else?
Who the fuck these guys are?
The only thing.
Angle.
Okay. What people could figure out is that they keep to themselves. They're not associated with any cult. They're not associated with any raider group. They're not associated with any other enclave. But they have enough armaments to fend off casualties and casual raider groups, at least. And RihadCo's... Yeah. So no large group has tried to take over the place. So they've been lucky in that regard. That's there is one lead. Someone mentions that, well, what if they're playing the long game? What if they think that this stuff is going to be worth a lot in the future? We don't know what else RihadCo was working on. Or maybe they just bet the farm. Maybe these are just archivists and they're just an archivist splinter faction. But you're very certain now that they're not associated with any other group in this area. So
the weird thing is that they're keeping stocked. Someone is paying to keep them alive somehow.
Well, that's the other thing is that their RihadCo office campus probably was really into renewable energy, and they were building and doing actual R&D. So they probably had all the high tech stuff they would need to resupply. And people have noticed that all the nearby buildings in the area have been picked clean. So they could just be really good at scavenging, and if they're just laying low and not using a lot of supplies, that could explain it. It's just like a couple buildings in the middle of an well, at the edge of an office park, at the edge of a small town, and they don't really, and they're just trying to stay silent. But yeah, they could be supplied by somebody playing the long game. But people would pay a lot to find out about them, or at least maybe not a lot, but they would pay some. People are curious about it. Mappy's not the only one to have noticed it. So, but yeah, that does seem to be the central. You kind of the central mystery is who the fuck are these people? So that is definitely going to be something your group is going to have to deal with. All right. So now you've all done your free actions, and so we'll go to each of you. I'll go to each of you, see if you want to spend time with some family or burn the midnight oil and keep on working.
Could we have a quick powwow to discuss what we should or could burn midnight oil on?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we know it's been maintained. It's usable. We can drive it away if we can get control of it and keep it fueled up, unless something is locking it down. There might be some high-tech stuff that prevents us from just running off with it. And we know that there's an enclave there. Patchy figured that out. Thank you, Patchy. And I've been looking into who the heck that could be, but they've really kept on the down low. I'm suspecting some kind of corporate enclave, DHQS, black site, local scouts sitting tight on a gold mine. Either way, it looks like this could end up being a fight. And I don't like that because it's clear we're going to have a tough time sneaking up on that. But I'm not seeing any good angles to.
That's what the drone's for.
Straight up negotiate. They can see drones too,
I know, but that way we can see at least what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's high enough, they're not going to get us.
We could surveil them for a while.
Yep.
Nothing says we have to do this today. Just soon.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, paths on over. It looks like it's possible to get on over there, given that people are in the area and such. But we could do some light research there. Anyone else have any thoughts and ideas on
are
what
the
we should...
roads in and out of that area intact enough to get the truck out? Or is there like a huge pit we don't know about, or that we could know about from the photos, but just didn't catch yet?
That would have to be researched. You don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing the question out there.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
All
one
right.
thing we could look into, like a getaway paths for the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Now you said it's being maintained and that they're keeping the casualties down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any photo or anything about how they're keeping the casualties down, or are they just not
It
there?
was mentioned that they shoot them at night.
But what do they do with the bodies? Because they're not in any of the
Well,
photos.
they clean them at night. They clear the body. They do go nobody's you couldn't find any surveillance footage. No one's willing to share publicly on Lifelines or anything. Here's 12 hours of me watching these buildings.
Right.
But there's before and after. During the day, there's some casualties. The next 2 days later, all the casualty corpses are gone. So somebody cleared them, that kind of thing. But they don't know where, and they don't know who
that's
did it.
that's the eerie, weird part. Yep.
But nobody was watching it long enough to see what happened. They just on the way to the job, they noticed there's some casualty corpses. On the way back, they noticed the corpses are gone. That kind of thing. So, presence of, which indicates the presence of, an organized settlement, because why else would you clear out the bodies if they weren't near your home? So,
Of course,
yeah.
why wouldn't they have a fence to keep them out in the first place is the other question.
They're small.
Yeah. Fences are very obvious too. Barricades are very obvious.
Well, here
yeah.
is a question I would like to pose to the crew. If, let's say the situation is that we cannot remove this capital ship from this enclave, how do we go about destroying the ship? Is that option even available to us at this point?
Does someone have C4 and the skill to use it?
Well, you have a hustler who can get you the C4, and you have references available. Here's a tutorial on how to plant C4.
On that note,
Yeah.
does anyone have Ubix specs or a laptop?
I have.
I have a laptop.
Okay, good. We're
I
good.
have Ubix.
So two of us can allow us to get references if we just borrow their stuff.
Also, I've got Ghoulnet on there, so when we're at the site, I can click that on if you want.
And I've got Dig Data Doug, which gives me a +2 to online research.
Okay, so maybe we should use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that we could try to go online because it seems like they're a large enough group that there may be some online chatter coming in and out of there.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay, cool. Hang on.
Burning the Midnight Oil.
Yeah, also give me self-control check.
But if you're going to do research, maybe I'm the better one for that.
Really?
Well, I mean,
Unless you have a 3.
Let me check. Hang on.
He has a +2 from the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a +2 from the app. My research is 1, so I have 3.
So you're basically the same as me, and you spend a charge from your Ubic.
Okay, so it would be better.
Unless you borrow me that Ubic, and then I roll with +5.
What are the rules on that?
I mean, you're at home. You're at the Enclave, so it's
Okay.
like trivial. When you're in the field, it's going to be a lot trickier because
Yeah.
things can get dangerous at a moment's notice. Like, is the main thing. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lend you my laptop so you can look into it if you want.
All right.
Uh,
Sorry, Philomena. Daddy's got work to do.
Should I
So
still?
self-control. Let's just get that out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, both of you have to roll self-control since you're both.
Okay.
I'm good. The
Okay.
kids don't need me. They're fine.
Daddy needs to pay for bills.
Crit
great.
success.
Yeah, you're totally fine too. So
Awesome.
All right. Let's see. I needed that +5. That's
Yeah.
a 6/4.
yeah. All right. So, what's your exact question? What are you trying to figure out?
Basically, comms chatter.
Okay. Yeah, you do some research, and you're able to. There are people in the Lifeline forums who just do like sort of network activity updates in the region, just to keep people apprised of where there's clusters of just signals. It's kind of controversial, but like people do it, and so you're able to find out that there is a cluster of encrypted Ubic traffic coming from those buildings. Now, analysis of that indicates that if you're in the region, a person with a good computer might be able to break into the network and start talking to people or snooping around. But like it's not you'd have to be within direct range to connect to it because it's using outdated Ubic software, and Wi-Fi network software, so it's not as strongly protected. So there are exploits that have been posted since that you could use against them.
So even if we
yeah.
don't have profession hacker, we could say pull a reference or.
And
Yeah.
does that give us an indication of who they might be speaking to outside of where they are?
No, because that's really hard to
Okay.
I mean, it's like they can detect people have detected a lot of signals coming from that area, but like that's about it. And like they can tell it's encrypted signals, but that's about it. Yeah.
Okay,
It does
so-
indicate that they
Right.
have someone to talk to.
Or they're talking to each other, or they're using, or both.
Or it's an automated net messing with us.
Yeah.
Have there been anything like food shipments or other shipments into the area via taker or whatever?
That would be a separate question than network traffic. So
I do sort of feel like we're trying to solve the essential mystery of the campaign here.
Yeah.
It's not leading us anywhere good.
We should probably
maybe
just
the
get there and-
remaining.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can hit the road because like you there's only so much you can figure out on the own. But like you know that there is network traffic. You know that there are signs of life going on. Someone's clearing the bodies out around the buildings, and the buildings
you know what?
remain intact. Yeah.
Foresight. What are we forgetting about?
All right. First, give me self-control check.
No.
I did have
over.
a suggestion.
Yeah.
But
Go for it.
other stealthy ways to approach. Like, is there a sewer pipe we could crawl through? Is there anything that could allow us to stealth up that we haven't considered?
Well, that's a separate thing than like what are we forgetting? So
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay,
like-
so I made the self-control.
Okay.
And do foresight is not a great skill for me. It's fine. That is a big old fail, and I'm not burning a will on it.
yeah.
Everything's great. We are totally prepared.
You're poring over maps. You're looking, reading, just listening to people and just thinking back. You're doing a lot of prep work, and you think you're prepared, and you can't really think of it. You're definitely not missing anything. So, yeah.
That's
got
going
that?
to bug you so much when it turns out we missed something.
So I think that's everybody
Nope,
except
we don't.
Patchy.
Yeah.
Patchy, do you want to burn the midnight oil, or you just want to hit the road? Go on your voyage.
I don't have skills that would be as well as everyone else here, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it lie.
You're a doer, not a thinker. So yeah, you all hit the road. So the journey begins. So everyone burn a ration for the first leg.
Done.
Is anyone taking point, or are you all marching together?
Drone guy.
I was thinking actually maybe drone scout the
Okay.
leg.
All right. All right. So burn off a charge and make a drone piloting check to see if you notice anything unusual.
Since I'm taking a pre-gen, how many rations do I start out with?
You always start with 10.
10.
10? Okay, thank you.
Well, technically you start with 1 with 10 charges, but
Yeah. The item is called rations, and yeah.
That is a 12 over 6.
Okay. Yeah, you see overhead. You see, about
And
you
I
see
do
it about
have
a mile away. Yeah.
I have the surveillance suite also, if that matters.
What does that do again?
+3 to awareness and foresight.
Okay. Well, this is just you just piloting the drone successfully and like
Yep.
in a good course ahead of you. So you're about a mile away from this, but someone with silenced firearms, or multiple people, it looks like, are in a house, 1-story residential house, fighting off a mob of casualties. That's what your drone can see.
How big a mob?
You think it's more than 10, less than 50. It's hard to tell. They're moving around.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's a hazy day. Visibility is not great. It is late spring. It is warm. The springs are getting warmer and warmer, earlier and earlier. So visibility is not great, especially overhead. But you can't get exact numbers. But
Right.
you
so
can
I
see
hear you saying this.
Yeah.
I hear you saying this, but what if I use binoculars?
Yeah, you can go up a little further ahead, and now that you know that, you wouldn't have seen that normally with binoculars because but silenced guns, and but yeah, give me an awareness check, +3 because you have the binoculars. You're also getting different angles since you're looking ahead, not from above.
So that is definitely a success.
Okay. You actually see. It's very odd for a moment. It takes you a second for your brain to process what it is, but someone pops out of a window, or you see a person in the window shooting a rifle. Someone in tactical, like, taker gear, but then like they're a wolf, and then you're like, oh wait, that's a. It takes you like a good literal like 3 seconds to realize that's someone wearing like a mascot or a fursuit, wolf's head, firing a gun, a silenced rifle at casualties.
Well, we have to help them now.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, the fursuits are considered carpet armor, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. They made it make sense.
Yar,
Yeah.
a friendly crew is being attacked. We must help them. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
elite.
Harold, you automatically pass networking check. You know who these people are. It's a taker squad called the Fur Friends. They're furries, and they wear fursuits, or at least helmets and paw gloves. Yeah, they you can know one other thing about them for free. So what else do you want to know about the Fur Friend Taker Squad?
Ooh, that's good. Well, I'm still kind of new at this game, so I'm gonna defer not to Ross, but to the other players. What do you think I should ask in this situation?
You could ask something that would be beneficial to us to know, whether they're willing to trade off gear, whether they're
Yeah,
willing
that's
to
what
pay
I'm.
back us in some way. If we
Whether
help
they
them.
pay for a rescue.
Yeah. Are they known for being honest, sort of forthright, respectable, or
Yeah.
did they have a bad reputation?
Their reputation, they have a decent reputation as takers. They get jobs done. They do have a lot of enemies, and they have, but they're no one is. There are a lot of people who just really hate them. There are other taker squads who hate them, especially among the extremist groups, like Black Math ones, and the more serious kind of taker squads, the more hardcore ones that are then from what you could tell, you don't know the details of why so many other taker groups hate the Fur Friends. It could just be really petty, like, oh, you're making this look trivial. How dare you have this aesthetic? It could just be an argument over aesthetics, or maybe something happens. So you do know, if they make a deal with you, another taker group, they would honor it. Is your understanding? But you also know they have enemies who would pay just to watch them suffer, or they probably have a bounty on their head from some of these rival taker squads. It also just might be, maybe they snaked a job from another taker group. But like, takers are, well, mercenaries, so yeah. So if you help them, they would definitely reward you. You might go, if you wanted to get more money, if you're totally ruthless, you could go on Ubik and see who would pay to watch footage of them getting, fighting casualties, or they probably pay. There might be a bounty on their heads, or fursuits, as it were. Yeah. So
I readily relay all of this information to everybody. And I'm like, okay, well, we can keep going, we can help them out, or we can, be hardcore bastards and film their gory deaths later on.
I have a question.
Yep.
Did he see any of them being hurt?
With the binoculars and the drone footage, it looks like, at least as of right now, they're keeping them outside of the house. You don't know. I mean, as long as their ammo, it seems there's more than one shooter at least. And they're they're mowing down casually. So as long as their ammo holds, they should be able to hold out. But yeah, you have no idea what their ammo count's going to be like. So right now, it doesn't look like any of them are injured or hurt. You can only see 2 of them right now. There's 4 in the group. Yeah, sorry.
Overriding concern, and that is any of them hurt? If not, is it worth it for us to spend the ammo when we might need that ammo to shoot people later.
I mean, we could just simply ask them.
Yeah, you could, if someone wants to spend a big charge, you could contact the fur friends. And be
Yeah,
like,
call if they need help.
Yeah, let's do that.
all right, spend a charge. Do you have the Ubix specs or laptop?
I can use my laptop.
Okay. Spend a charge.
Isn't your soft spot? Can't we all be friends?
It is.
Just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, if you help them and do not ask for a reward, I'll give you a will point.
I don't know.
Don't think you can tell the rest
If
of us.
you just message them to tell them you're helping them, and not negotiate any sort of bounty, then I would give you a will point.
And the rest of us get self-control checks. It's fine.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm really in debt right now, so
Okay, yeah.
but I'm still
All
I'm
right,
not
you'll have to
going-
give a self-control check then. So yeah, either the rest of your team gets a self-control check or you get a self-control check.
You know what has why can't we be friends means that I'm not going to do that to my party. So I'm going to think about them instead of me.
Okay.
And that means I'm going to make a self-control check.
Yep, do that. This is
Sometimes
for
you gotta hurt
detachment.
your friends for your other friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm experiencing the Rostian bargains firsthand.
It's fine.
7/2.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, fuck them.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
takers. This is what they signed up for.
I did mention it so you could get a will point, but it's fine.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He
It's a good point.
rolled a self-control.
Yeah.
Yep, it's all good.
It's all good. They're takers. They signed up for it. This is the job.
All right, I ping them and see if they respond.
Ooh, who's that?
Oh my god!
Here we go.
Hey guys, looks like you're having some fun over there. Everything going all right?
Oh, we're a little pinned down. I'm telling RihadCo, and we could use your help. We'll pay for an assist. Let's see. We can give you one bounty just to draw some of them away, and we'll give you a bounty for every casualty you kill. And you can loot your bodies. You could double dip.
You know what, pal? That sounds like something we want to talk about. Can I get back to you in just a minute?
Well, hurry up. We're in a bit of a pickle.
All right, buddy. Get back with you in a second. I turn it off. I'm like, all right, guys, what do you want to do?
Was I hearing a cartoon wolf voice out of that? 'Cause that's what I
Yes.
thought I was hearing. Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
I
I
got
can
money. I don't care what he.
I can definitely use a drone charge to kite some of the things away.
Yes, do that.
Yeah. So that's only one bounty to lead some of them away. But yeah, that's just a drone.
I'm
check.
not
It's
saying
very
that we
simple.
should only do that, but
Okay, yeah.
do that
All right.
first seems like prudent. So
Yeah.
Let me. I mean, like, so we got the drone. So, like, is there like any, like a creek or something, or like natural obstacles, or like a little.
you're overthinking it. The drone's got autocomplete algorithm. It'll deal with it. We just need to get their attention. They'll go with it, and then it'll come back.
I was just wondering if there was like a handy cliff that we can lead them over to. and
This
then
is
push 'em.
Colorado. It's flat. Like you're like it's flat and then it's mountains. Like that's not,
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
We'd have to
it's,
lead them up the mountain in order to throw them down the mountain. It's
Yeah.
not worth the effort.
Yeah, it's a pancake. We see the mountain, but it's actually about a week away.
Yes.
Anyway, you know
Yeah.
what casualties love?
So you can use the drone. Give me a drone piloting check, and you can lead a D10 of them away. So
That is a success with a 7/2.
okay. Well, I'll just say 7. Yeah.
Sure.
So you get 7 of them leading away. We'll see how many are left. Let's see here. There are 10 casualties left dealing with the fur friends. So now you can just, with that charge, you can just lead them away, and you don't have to deal with them, and then you can start fighting those 10 left. And yeah.
There's bounty ahead. Let us attack.
Yeah, I think leading those away and then killing off the other 10 gets us, what, 11 bounty, yeah?
Yeah. Well,
That's not
they'll
bad.
be killing some too. So
Sure,
it's a
sure. But
competition.
you know what I mean. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
this is
Okay.
a much lower risk option. Let's go with it.
Okay.
Yep.
So you all go into battle. You're at 10. You get to 10 shambles away from them. And Patchy, you're the most eager for violence. Go ahead and give me a firearms check.
Sure thing, Ross.
Is 10 shambles within mid range?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a failure.
Okay. You're a little eager, so you shoot the gun and it just you don't know where the bullet went. Definitely didn't get a casualty. Let's see here. Harold, do you want to fire any weapons this round?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my pistol.
Okay.
My pistola.
Both of your pistols are silenced now, right?
I only got one gun. It has
Okay.
it has a silencer and extended mag.
Okay, yeah. So you don't have to worry about drawing more casualties in.
That's what I like to hear. All right.
Yep.
So I got a 1 in shoot, so I got 6/4 on the
All right.
dice.
You kill one casualty. Let's see here.
I
Blackbird.
pump my arm enthusiastically.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you attacking?
Oh, yes. Oh,
okay.
yes. So I'm going to pop Deadeye's Hack on the Ubix. That's one charge for the one shot or one charge for the scene?
Scene. For just casualties. For human targets, it would be, or aberrants, but like.
For something where you have to actually do more, it has to do more math and suck up more power. Got it.
Yeah. When it's actively
Waving
moving.
hands. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do that, and my gun is fully upgraded, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So you can spend more charges to kill
After
more.
I hit, yeah.
Yeah.
If I hit. See, so
Yep.
I've got a +4 with that. That is that's good. Yeah, 11/9. So yeah.
Okay. So
How many are left?
2 have been killed so far, so there's 8 left.
And if I use a total eight shots, they're gone.
Yeah. If you don't want to,
Sure.
yeah. You all right. So you spend 8 charges. So you between all of you kill and McStuffins. You don't even have to shoot. So Blackbird just unloads into the group. The fur friends come out. There are 4 of them. They're all wearing different. They're not wearing full fursuits, but they're wearing customized fursuits that have like tactical webbing and backpacks. So like they're furries, but they're practical.
They have little holes in their helmets for their ears.
Yeah, of course. You can actually tell some of their fur heads are actually like have padding or armor in them. So like they look like just wolf. There's wolf, fox, a bird, an eagle, and some creature none of you recognize. It looks vaguely carnivorous though,
Any bites, scratches?
No, they're all wearing full costumes. You can't see any visible wounds recent. So the wolf comes up to you. He's like, "Oh, thank you so much. We're so grateful. Here's let's see, 1 for leading them away, and here's another. So that's 11 bounty. Oh, good for you. You did so good. Thank you."
Hey, we're happy to help. And I hold out my hand and I let him slap it down onto the palm of my hand. And
Just an idle thought. Maybe 1 bounty less and a refresh of bullets.
Oh, sorry, we're very low. We gotta save what we got for the road, as you know. We could put in a good word for you, though.
Anything else you have that isn't bullets that would be useful in a fight? We're anticipating trouble.
Oh, no, but I mean, if you're willing to search the casualties, we gotta hit. We have a time sensitive job. We can't say anything, but
Sure.
There's a lot there, and we actually shot. You can get the ones we shot too.
Got a question for you, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness. Could I use awareness to understand, like, are these people headed in the same direction we're headed?
Sure, you can try and figure that out.
So that's a 10, but that's a critical failure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'd do for a critical failure in this situation.
You use
For awareness, awareness. Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
I mean, you give us an
You
answer.
can lie. Oh, well,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna know it's gonna be bad. You know what? Give me a self-control check. For a second, you're looking around and you trip on a casualty and you get uncomfortably close to it. You're almost.
That's a crit. No, it's not critical. That's a failure.
Okay. So take 1 stress. As you're looking around and you trip on a shot up casualty and you're like dead body in your face. So oh, someone had a boo boo here. Let me help you up.
Oh, thank you. What are you?
I'm Red Talon Claw. I'm the face for the fur friends.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Are you a pirate?
Yes,
he is. I say.
Ooh,
He
I
is.
love pirates.
fantastic. Hopefully, I'll see you on the open sea.
Aye, dear Captain. So yeah, you don't figure anything out. You're freaked out. But yeah, they say that they haven't searched any of the things. That's all they can offer aside from
All
the
right.
11 bounty they gave you. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
11
I've got-
bounty is good.
I've got a good scavenge check.
all right,
So-
yeah, you can give me a scavenge check.
I'll also burn a Ubik charge to boost it by 2, so it's +5.
There's actually enough casualties you can make 2 checks. Each successful check, you would get the black number in bounty or a random base item. So you can
That's
make
a
2 checks.
15 over 9, so that's 10 bounty, I guess.
Yeah, it's 10 bounty. There's
And make a second check,
10 driver's licenses.
But
It is.
could we?
and that's awesome.
Damn.
Also, what?
Yeah.
Okay, dice bot, that's weird, but it's friendly. I'll take it.
Thank you.
I played in a game last night and the same thing happened. Like I rolled a D100 and I got like 72 twice in a row. It's dice bot be nice sometimes. So yeah, you just find 20 bounty. This was a loaded mob. A lot
Okay,
of
so
drivers
we got a
license.
total of 31.
We
so
made
we're doing
31
good.
bounty on this encounter. We're like, oh yeah, actually,
Yeah.
this wasn't bad to stop for.
So yeah, you
Yeah,
helped a
with-
fur friends. Yeah.
With my terrible debt roll at the beginning, I died for our sins, and now we're reaping. You know what, guys? I feel really good about this.
Yeah.
I feel, I'm really positive. I think we're gonna do great things.
Okay. So yeah, that they leave off. They go in another direction. They're not heading toward. Does not appear
good.
that they're heading towards RihadCo. So you don't know where they're going or where they're from. You've now
Nor
met the
should
fur
we.
friend.
We're just happy to see them go.
Yeah. So
What fine folk. I hope we run into them again.
They
yeah.
probably are fine folk. It's just, oh damn it! How can they
Um,
even stand the heat?
Oh, they have custom coolers in their fursuits. So
How
If anyone
can
was
they
close enough,
afford
they'd
that?
hear Blackbird muttering, "These are my coworkers. I don't have to like them. These are my coworkers."
well,
Anyway,
yeah. Yeah, some takers are lifers. They don't plan to retire. They're just gonna so they spend all their money on their gear and their skills. Yeah.
Some of us have children.
Yeah, well, not the fur friends. They
Eye
have
on the open sea is a deed unto itself.
Uh-huh. All right, so moving on. It's another ration for the second leg.
Yep.
And Blackbird, you can spend another drone charge and make another drone piloting check to
I
see
will
what's
do
coming.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is it all right if I take 3 minutes to go hit the bathroom real quick?
Okay, yeah. Why don't we all do that actually before we start this leg? So,
But success and then
okay.
yes.
All right, so I'll tell you when everyone. Yeah, we'll just take a couple minutes. I'll be right back too. All right,
Okay.
BRB. All right, I'm back. If anyone else is, but if not,
I'm here.
all right.
So how's it going?
It's going good. I mean, the Lotto narrative Kickstarter is doing well, so that's very nice.
I kind of want to throw myself on that, but I just don't have the capacity anymore to listen to all that much.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand. Yeah. And it's not like, yeah, I mean, season 1 was a lot. That was like 22 hours for just season 1. So, yeah.
But I'm glad that you're having some success on it, and I imagine it's a lot of fun to listen to.
Yeah, a lot of people really like it because there's apparently it's sort of an underserved niche in RPG podcast of doing like in-depth reviews and critiques of games. Like almost all RPG podcasts are either D&D actual plays or just like GM player advice, mostly for D&D, and like a lot of RPG podcasters are relatively new to the hobby. You know, like. Greg, James, and I are all like published game designers. We've all done freelance work. We've all.
Isn't there a really famous podcast though with?
There's System Mastery. System Mastery is the only other one I'm aware of that does sort of the same thing. But System Mastery kind of focuses on dead systems from like the 80s and 90s.
I'm thinking of two guys who are talking together, fairly old hands.
It's not System Mastery?
Was involved with Unknown Armies. They have a podcast running, but it's just the two of them talking about various things.
Okay. Huh.
I'm
not aware.
Occasionally they discuss.
Well, are you
games.
talking about Ken and Robin?
Ken and Robin, yes.
Okay, well, Ken and Robin did not work on Unknown Armies, as far as I know.
What was it then?
Oh, they worked on a bunch of stuff. I don't know what they've worked on together. Gumshoe, maybe. Like they both.
I'm probably thinking of something related, but not quite.
Yeah, I mean they like Robin came up with Trail of Cthulhu, and Ken did Night's Black Agents. So
Night's Black Agent and Trail of Cthulhu. Yeah, I was probably connecting it that way.
Yeah, I think they do more generalized. I don't think they do like let's spend 90 minutes talking about one RPG. Like,
no, they jump all over the place. I listened to the first 300 episodes, and I know that because I still have on my iPod the 300th episode.
I listened to them for a while.
My bookmark for where I am in listening to them.
Yeah, I listened to them for a while too, but I don't listen to that many podcasts because I'm making that. I literally don't have time. I can't listen to a podcast and edit a podcast at the same time. It's not how that works.
And you don't have a commute.
Yeah, I don't have a. Yeah, I work at home. Like so, it's kind of a whole thing. But yeah, so Ken and Robin, they're more generalized advice and stuff like that. So yeah.
I may have to check out Ludonarrative Distance then, because it sounds like something that would interest me.
Season 2 on Kickstarter. Let's do it.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sorry to interrupt. I was just just know that I'm back.
I try and do bio breaks every hour and a half. I sometimes forget though. So thanks for bringing that up. Actually, like that's totally fine for any game.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
And a side note, have anyone seen Iverd's comment in the comment chat from YouTube? Those fursuits are the precursor to still suits.
Exactly.
No. Where are we headed?
No.
Yeah. No, in real world, like the cooling system people made for fursuits has been like looked at by the U.S. military for like heavier body armor and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
terrible prices. Anyway, let's go.
We're back, and Blackbird did succeed on a drone piloting check, which is very important because the smoke is getting. It's smoke and it's thick and it's hot, and your drone is actually giving you warnings about temperature, and so you are able to pull back and not have your drone shut down because of overheating. And
we're also able to not walk into fire and not us shut down due to overheating.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. There's a wildfire in front of you, and it's and you don't know when, like, it's in front of you, and it's coming. It seems to be coming this way, and you
I
don't
think we should
even
go the other way.
Well, that's going to be a problem. Which other way? There's a lot of smoke all coming. There's a big way, just columns of smoke are coming towards you.
Get on Vic. Maybe listen if there's any cars nearby, anything that could get us out of the path of this. I could quickly research, I don't know, fire places where we could hide out and not die.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is like geography, navigation. So foresight would work somewhat. One person. Yeah, sorry.
Can I use the drone and foresight boost for that?
Yeah. You still have the drone. You'd have to spend another charge, but you could get you could pilot it out. You know, pull it back and
with a plus
zoom
3,
up.
that gives me a +4, which is better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I can't.
That's not better.
Smoke's too thick.
Yeah, unless you want to flip it.
Want to, going to, are different. Yeah, want to, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. Yeah. You're unable to get a good view of the geography, pulling back and keeping it out of the smoke and still in contact. So you're just like, shit. So that's what Blackbird's doing. Harold, is there anything you want to do while the smoke is coming towards you?
Yeah, I want to use my laptop and see if I can, because I mean, if it's big enough, someone else might have reported something about it.
Okay.
Or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, spin the charge or charges if it's hungry on your laptop.
I will spend the charge. It's optimized, so I don't have quality.
Okay, so it's only the one charge. Okay, good.
Yeah, and I am tracking my charges on it, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. That's a core part of the game.
Yeah.
So you network, you succeed. There are takers in the area. There are some warnings about it. Wildfires are it's just a thing you have to deal with now.
Yeah.
No one's clearing out underbrush. The summers are getting drier and drier. Sometimes there's too much rain. And there's a stream that's nearby, and you get a general. You know what direction to go with that.
Okay.
And so you could go into the stream, and you won't burn to death. But smoke inhalation will still be a problem because you'll be going through the fire. The wildfire is big enough apparently that you just can't get to RihadCo without going through it. You can't go around it realistically on foot. So you find one way out, so that's what you figure out while Blackbird is dealing with the drone. While this is happening, Patchy, you're just watching the smoke the smoke's getting thicker and thicker. So, is there anything you want to do, or are you waiting for your teammates to figure out a course of action?
Yes, I actually would like to do something.
Okay.
So, what would we need for us to be able to get through the smoke without inhaling everything?
Respirator.
That's a good question. Yeah, that would be one solution. What do you want to do? What skill do you want to use to figure that out?
I was gonna do a scavenge check, but
yeah, scavenge is perfect. You can try and scavenge and then look for protective.
Could I add my binocular bonus since I'm assessing the leg for this stuff? Or
no, you're looking through there's
100%.
Yeah.
That is a success. 9/3.
Okay. You do. Let's see here. Yeah, there are. You do find actually a pack of old respirators, which are like the disposal N95 kind. So that will give you a substantial bonus on a. Let's see here. Probably. I'm going to say, actually, with those, it'll be a self-control check to go through the smoke without panicking or just suffering a lot of stress or trauma from going through the smoke instead of, actually taking physical damage. So, yeah.
Well, friends, are you brave enough?
Well, actually, while he's finding a pack of respirators in like the trunk of a burned up car, they're not great, but they're definitely, well, not burned out, but just like rusted out. So yeah, they're yeah. Let's see here. McStuffins, what are you going to be doing?
Well, he fetched the old respirators, which will probably work fine, so I won't need to pull into my first aid kit for the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. I mean, I can roll foresight to see if there's anything else we can do to help ourselves.
Yep.
I do have an idea, but it's probably not a good one, so let's just roll foresight.
Okay.
9 over 3.
Okay, so 9 over 3, walking through the stream, keep you safe from the fire. But obviously, you're all going to get wet, so and it's all going to be a slow go. So it's definitely going to be a slog. So it's going to burn a lot of energy doing that, and it's going to be unpleasant. The other thing, you do realize that the stream actually, based on the geography, the stream is at a high point on top of the hill. And there's a point where if you could blow up a hole, you could divert the stream through part of the wildfire and cool things down. And you could, stop part of the wildfire, but you would need explosives and the ability to place them, because you're just gonna, blow a hole, divert the water towards the wildfire.
We don't exactly have a predator drone we can call in to just nuke this thing, so...
I do not have kamikaze on the drone. And...
Well, you do have at least 20 bounty burning a hole in your pocket. You could make some networking checks and have someone courier you explosives and tell you how to plant them. But that would be very expensive.
Yeah, and we can just suffer, and then we'll still be rich.
I do have one other option to explore. Are there any vehicles around here that look like they'll run for long enough to get us through this thing faster?
Yeah, give me a scavenging check to find.
I will burn another Ubik charge for this one.
Actually, can
that
I
is
mention
a 12
my...
over 3.
Yeah, sorry. McStuffins, what was your question?
Well, I'm not sure this is how they do it, but you could start a counterfire and burn part of the area it's towards the fire, so that it's already burned when the fire get there. You just have to keep the your end of it clear, so it doesn't burn all the way around you. Yeah,
that actually is true. So yeah, you could do that. You would definitely have to call in a reference to walk you through it, because that's a specialist skill. That's not good.
But if any one of us knows a firefighter of some sort, this is also
that would definitely be a reference. You definitely all have to make basically you have to make 4 resistance checks to do the physical work, and then you'd have to spend at least 1 extra ration just to wait it out. But yeah, you could do that.
Meanwhile, while I discuss that, I start this vehicle.
Yep. Yeah, you could.
Mechanics check?
Yeah. Give me a mechanics check.
That is a 12 over 7. Dice spot is going to kill me later.
Yeah. It doesn't have much fuel in the tank, but
doesn't need much. Just one leg worth.
Yeah.
Blackbird, while I appreciate the dedication to not getting anything you own wet, are we really going to risk this?
I grab one of the respirators. I'm going. You should come with. 5.
Yeah.
4.
No, I'll just ask each player, like, McStuffins, are you going in the vehicle, or are you going to do something else?
I'm going in the vehicle.
All right. Patchy, are you going in the vehicle?
I will go last on picking. I want to see if anyone goes in the water.
Okay, Harold, are you going in the vehicle?
Hell yeah.
All right,
I'm in the car too then.
Oh, yeah.
All right, who is driving? Yeah.
I have drive.
All right.
So you go to get in on the passenger side, and it's like, no. And I slide over, because I have no idea how to drive this thing.
Now, I must warn you all, it's been a while since I commandeered a ship like this. and I just gun it.
Everyone give me a self-control
Self-control
check.
check.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
going to roll there.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a failure. I'm gonna flip that so I don't kill everyone.
Thank you. Please.
All right, yeah, you spin the wheel. You almost hit a tree almost immediately as the car lurches. All right.
I knew
this
it was
is-
going to be bad. I knew it
Yeah.
was going to be bad.
Yeah, you're driving through a fire. This is 1 stress if you make it. It's 3 if you fail. This is incredibly stressful. But yeah, you are all. It is incredibly. Everyone also takes another ration from just heat. You're just sweating. You're just buckets of sweat. The heat
Good
is
thing
tremendous.
we have these N95s to keep ourselves from choking to death, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
it's good.
yes, it is.
Yeah. It's also good that none of you have a service animal of any kind, because they would not be cool with this.
Yeah.
So,
looking at my roll, I think I failed.
yeah, you did. That's 3 stress.
Okay,
Make
awesome.
yourself
So
Yeah.
do I need? Yeah. So when you said that we're determined to stay dry, one of us didn't, because
Oh.
Yeah, fair.
that's the joke. Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry
Here's
about
a
that.
fish.
So
Yeah.
that's what, 3 stress?
Stress. Yeah.
Stress.
And if that
And when
takes
you-
you a total of 5, that's called a crack
Oh,
or a
okay.
break.
I don't think you've taken any stress before, have you? At least.
No.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So Patchy, yeah, you crit fail. So that's just going to be a crack. Like, yeah.
Oh, I did crit fail, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have a will to negate the critical part of that.
No, I
fail.
don't. I spent it on the car.
Fabulous.
So how much is that?
I am going to say it's going to be. I'm going to say it's 5. It's a fucking crit failure.
Yeah, that's a crack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Is that
Uh,
after he gets us through the fire?
yeah, he did make the driving check. I'm not going to
Okay,
negate
good.
the driving check. But you're definitely, as you get out of that, it's just building and building. And as you get through the smoke, you immediately see another wrecked car with a bunch of like skeletal remains in it, and you just lose it. For some reason, you think you're about to get ambushed, and you
Boarding party on the flank! Everyone prepare! Combat!
all right, yeah, fight. So you start firing your gun, and yeah, just empty your gun.
right.
You could. Yeah. So your gun is and you're just driving and shooting wildly. It's a silenced pistol, so you don't attract any casualties.
I mean,
But
they would have been burned, so
yeah. But this is after you get through the fire part. Everyone else, give me one more self-control check, because Pat, your driver just lost his mind, and is firing at imaginary foes, or is he?
Oh no.
Yeah, dice bot. So this is going to be 1 trauma if you fail, because this is getting bad. Someone's going to need to get him to stop the car before he wrecks it. So who's in shotgun? Probably Blackbird, right? Because you started the car.
yep.
Yeah. So Blackbird, are you going to do anything to stop Patchy? Oh, Blackbird. Oh, he is muted. You're muted right now. I don't know if you know that.
I did not know that. Yeah, I was saying I could shoot him, but that would be awkward for so many reasons.
That would be really bad for team morale.
Especially
Yeah.
as he's currently driving.
Can I use athletics to
Mm-hmm.
to get kind of force his foot off the accelerator?
Actually, no, not athletics. That would be resistance. Or
Yeah, I don't have that.
unarmed.
Nope, don't have those.
Could
Okay,
you try the talkie thing with your mouth?
Well,
I don't
anyone
have those
could-
skills either. Why don't
Okay,
you go
so-
for it, Doc?
Actually, Harold, you can talk. You can roll persuasion or leadership. Actually, do you have leadership? This is actually a classic.
let me-
Yeah, you do. You have leadership at 3.
Yeah. All
So
right.
yeah.
So I'm trying to talk someone down, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Patchy, your driver has lost his mind, has emptied his gun, shooting out, and is driving erratically.
Okay, so in between my screams of terror, I compose myself well enough to go like, "Oh, come on, man, you got this."
Yeah, you didn't crack.
And yeah, it's good. I got it.
All right, so Patchy, Harold's voice snaps you out of your terror of you're just suddenly convinced you're being ambushed by raiders, and suddenly you're like, oh no, it's just us. We're past the fire.
For a
To the
rare
sexy
moment.
wars.
Yeah.
Patchy, for a rare moment, breaks character and is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and then he goes back into full method because that's his only defense mechanism. The seas were rough. I saw specters of the past.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize, group.
You know, guys, I suspect Patchy has already had a mental break at some point.
Yeah. Well.
We've all had, after the crash. But I think this was an extra. So let's just take a moment, calm down, and never do this again.
Yeah, I'm already out of the car.
Yeah, the
As soon as
car
it
is
stops
almost
moving.
out of gas. Yeah.
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 It's also on fire, parts of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Smoke.
charred.
It's smoking.
Some embers hit it. It looks pretty. It smells real. Yeah, it smells really bad. Very smoky.
Someone with a Ubik, take a picture of this with the flames in the background so that we can say we did it. And
Done.
if we need to, just for negotiation's sake.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're very close to the job site now. So you're not inside of it yet, but you by now it's like late afternoon, almost evening. But yeah, you're in spitting distance of the RihadCo R&D campus, so you can figure out all the people with the laptop and the Ubix spec can get pings of an encrypted network. So yeah.
And we
Let's
could
all
pull
take a moment and
reference.
refresh what we need to refresh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
To double check, my gun is dry now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless you spend a refresh to put more bullets into it.
All right, I'll wait. Maybe this will be a conversation encounter, not a gunning battle.
That's true. You might need it. You might need that refresh for rations. So yeah.
Okay. My coworkers, I don't have to like them. All right. Anyway,
So I had a quick question about a refresh. How many do we have of those?
It's equal to your adaptability score.
or
Okay.
adaptability -1 for the scavengers here.
Oh yeah, if you're a scavenger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. I have a refresh of 2,
Mhm.
so I could
Scavenger
potentially.
life?
Yeah.
Could I use that on something like rations?
Yes.
Yeah. That's one of its main uses is refreshing rations. So-
Although
Anything
I think
charged.
You can. For guns and stuff, you have to spend like a tactic to reload in combat. For rations, you just spend because that just represents how much energy
many-
you have left
yeah.
in your body.
Yeah. How many protein bars did you shove in your mouth last night before the fight? Yeah.
Okay, I'm down to 7. Should I use a refresh or just save it?
No, you just spend them as you need to, and if you reach the full 10-10, you spend a refresh then to
Yeah.
get.
The refresh for
Gotcha,
rations is
gotcha.
0 time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm leaving my
following
gun
you.
dry until we need it.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So you said that there are piggy signals.
Yeah, you can definitely, when you look at like available Wi-Fi networks, there's only one, and in terms of local networks, that means something geographically close to you. I mean, Ubic is ubiquitous, but there's one very strong signal for an encrypted network, which means they have a pretty good, not just like a standard like home router, but like an industrial corporate level network. Which would make sense if it was a corporate R&D campus. They would have a signal that could be picked up as part of the local network for like a couple miles around the place. Yeah.
All right. I think first I'd like to spend a drone charge and see what we can see from above, way
for it.
above,
Yes.
starting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, scope it out and see if they got like security cameras or something. You know.
Hmm.
We should also.
I
spend
mean,
that last-
it's a regular failure.
Yep.
So it's you do see some things. You do see the building. It isn't the buildings. Like again, it's 4 buildings around a courtyard. There is a big truck with a semi truck with a trailer in the middle. There's space between the buildings. The truck could drive in and out, but it's the centerpiece of the courtyard. Yeah, it looks suspiciously. I mean, it's not perfect, but like
Suspiciously well kept.
clearly, the fact that it does not look like shit and the windows are intact indicates to you that this is there are living people in this area, but they're not.
All right. Are there any barricades on the buildings or anything?
Well, you failed, so.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about large, bolt. The door is just wooded over.
Yeah, no. The doors all look. They're secure metal doors.
Okay. That's good enough. Yep.
This place was obviously had high security before the
Crash
thing. Yeah. So, yeah.
And there's no fence around the whole place. It's just kind of open light industrial park.
Yep, light industrial park. So, which is odd to you that they would not put barricades. The most obvious thing would be put barricades between each building to make
or
it like,
cars or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what.
Hey,
you
are
get.
there any other vehicles?
There is a there is a covered car park, not like a full garage, but like and there are some vehicles under it.
Are they in as good a condition as the truck?
It's hard to see because it's
Fair.
covered.
Yep.
So they don't look like shit though. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's what you get with that charge. So yeah.
Next.
Yeah, go on, Harold.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I mean, we don't know how many of them there are. We do know that they are armed and somewhat competent with it because they're able to defend the area, obviously.
Well,
so, I mean, we're sorry.
We know
go
that
ahead.
something's taking out the casualties. We don't know it's guns.
That's true.
I mean, yeah. Let's see here. Someone with foresight could make a check.
I could roll. I have
Okay.
+2. Anybody
Yeah,
else?
go.
I've just got
Yeah.
a +1.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
Right.
well, as well.
Should we both roll or just?
No, only one person can make a check like that. Like red markets, one and done.
Okay, you make it then.
All right. 9-9.
All
Good
right.
fail.
Might as well just walk in. I mean, they're probably pacifists. They're probably. There's clearly you could just walk in. I'm sure it'll be.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I'll just take on this whole, Red Cross symbol. Show that I'm a doctor. They wouldn't dare shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
So
We could.
I'll just do that then. Yeah, let's just go for it, guys. See
All right.
what's what.
Before, I kind of like. I kind of grab him on the shoulder and I'm like, before you do that, let's consider potentially just trying to make contact with them. Like,
I mean, that's what I'm trying for.
well, I mean, remotely, like messaging them through my laptop or whatnot to try to gauge if they're friendly. Maybe they'd be willing to talk to us.
I'm the one that crit failed, Ross. Should I just ignore him and keep walking?
No, I mean it
makes sense. It's a sensible argument.
it is a sensible argument. You're not controlled by it. I mean, I'll give you a willpower if you do something that dumb, but like other than that, like I'm not gonna like make you do that. Like the crit failure means you can't really think of anything useful. I'm not gonna give you any more ideas. But you can still do whatever you want. So I will bribe you to do the dumb thing, but that's about it. You could ignore the bribe. Yeah.
Guys, I kind of want this willpower, but I won't derail the entire approach here if you guys don't want me to.
Okay. Patchy, what are you? Patchy, what are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I don't know.
Yeah.
What would I do to like kind of just scout the perimeter? Would that be awareness, criminality?
Well, stealth would be just try and sneak up on there. It would be, which would be very hard, but possible. It is possible. But if you make the stealth check, you're committing to that. Awareness might give you more information because you do have binoculars, right?
Yeah, I have binoculars.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a stealth check or an awareness check to scope it out with binoculars.
Let's do that then.
Okay.
So that is a 6/4.
Okay. So what you figure out, what you see as you're looking at it, you actually notice something that wasn't Blackbird did not notice with the drone. Is that each of the buildings on the side of the walls, there's a large metal mechanism of some kind, and it's a custom kind of machine. You've never seen anything exactly like this. But there's one on each side of the walls that would, like in between the two buildings. So, like on the left side of building A and the right side of building B, there would be a metal mechanism on each wall, and they're built in parallel to each other. They're very tall, and yeah, you have no idea what it does. You've never seen anything like that.
Aye, what be that implement on those buildings?
What kind of skill would be helpful to?
Now that you've been pointing that out, Blackbird, you take a look at it with your
Mechanics?
with mechanics. So because you can look through the binoculars.
Yep. Wow! Another crit fail. Thanks, Dicebot. I was worried about you. That's just decoration.
Yeah, it's just decoration. It's nothing to worry about.
In that case, let's just get on down there, shall we? Or I can go first. I can go in alone. I'll just have out my first aid kit. I'll
It
tell
seems
them.
very safe to approach, at least.
Yeah, but we did have that info
We
on
know
how to
we can't
crack it.
approach without being seen. That's my point.
Yeah.
But we did have the info on how to crack into their network because it's outdated Ubik.
I don't think you could spin a reference to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do that. Yeah. So yeah, you could do that.
If someone who is not crit failed wants to do that, I'm just saying.
I mean, I have crit failed, so I no longer want to do that.
Fair.
That was my plan, to do that, but then I crit failed.
I have
Okay,
failed
so-
twice tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak over.
No, go for it.
So assuming that we do just walk up and say hi, maybe we should we're not here for anything in specific, anything in particular. We're just a group of takers passing by, and this looked like a safe place to stay for a day or two.
Yep, you could try. As far as you can tell, no one's actually tried to do that because nobody's wanting to risk their life on just being potentially being shot by these people, because you would be putting yourselves out in the open, and they'd have a great line of sight on you. So,
I mean, nothing we've said is negated the fact you could just ping them on Ubik to ask the question instead of walking in there.
Yeah, which
I'm
I
a
suggested.
doctor. I'm in the area. I want new clients. Like, they have a little enclave thing here. They probably haven't seen a doctor for 5 years. I just want to pitch myself. I can play that.
Yeah, so I mean,
Also, they do have those nano drones for heart operations. So that's kind
What
of
now?
interesting.
Do
Yeah,
they?
the nano drones for the heart. Rihad had this. I go into doctor bullshit about what RihadCo.
Oh, we should definitely get those
nano
too.
heart.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
thought,
I
why
never
not?
actually got to trial them. They were just like, pie in the sky type tech, but it was interesting.
okay.
so I mean, ultimately, if you guys want, I can go ahead and contact them, and we could try to feel them out. Or we
Well,
can do stealthing.
okay. Well, stealth. No one's really figured out a way to stealth up to them, so they've specifically made it very hard to stealth up in there. Like I said, it's open ground, no obstructions with our line of sight, and yeah. I mean, you don't see obvious security cameras, but I mean, obviously that doesn't mean anything. Like they could have good security cameras. They could have them built into the walls, or through the windows. The windows are like got all curtains. So you can't really see in there. But yeah, yeah. So it sounds like there's 2 votes to just march in. So Patchy, what are you thinking? Patchy, are you there?
Sorry about that. I do whatever the crew tells me to do at this point.
Okay, all right,
I
Harold,
don't
you're
have any. I've already made my awareness, so I can't really.
okay.
tell you.
All right. To keep in the interest of keep moving things along, Harold, you can either choose to spend the laptop charge and the reference to get the crack, and then you could get access to the network, or you're marching in there. Those are basically the only 2 options your group is really seems interested in there. Stealth.
Okay,
you've not really figured out a way to stealth there. So
Okay, I didn't realize that I could crack into their network.
yeah, like I said, you have to spin a reference to get a exploit, but you definitely have the bounty to do that. All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So it's 1 charge to get the crack, the exploit, and then another charge to access their network.
Okay.
So so you do that. So you spend the 2 charges and the reference, and you're on the RihadCo corporate network. And they have their own copy of the Lifelines forums. It's obviously an internal forums. There's a lot of debate between members. There's also a security camera network. You access that briefly and see that all of you are just outside of the range of their cameras, which is nice. Though,
Andy?
yeah, and yeah, there's an admin section which you do not have access to. You have it as basically a standard user.
Okay.
And you are stealthed, so like no one, as long as you just passively access the cameras or the forum, no one's going to really notice you. But if you message a member, that member would obviously know that you're there. And if you try and break into the hacker or the admin section, you would obviously, that would be a lot riskier.
So, looking at this, I mean, what's the major topics of discussion? You said that they were having like debates about stuff.
Oh, it dates back all the way back to the crash. It's 5 years of discussion. So you can give me a sensitivity check to kind of get a gist of the thing. And but this would take hours of work, so everyone had to spend a ration. Well, and you'd have to spend another charge to just read forum posts for hours.
Okay. Are you guys okay with that? Do you want to go that route?
We could use a little meal break. Yeah. Let's
I
do
think
that.
Patches needs to chill. So yeah. I'm okay with that.
Information is power. Ayar.
No, he's
All
back.
right.
He's back. We don't need. Let's just go.
Okay, so we all sit down, have a power bar.
Okay.
I do a little light reading,
I spend a
or
ration.
heavy reading, I should say. And I try to figure these guys out.
Okay.
I fail.
All right. Do you want to spend you get some information on a regular fail. You'll get something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? I will spend it. I will flip that.
Okay. So yeah, this enclave is run by people who are subcontractors or people who were working for RihadCo when the crash happened, and so you don't figure anything about the wall. Not that would be like a crit success, or like the not the machines on the wall. I mean, but everyone uses like an alias. So the leader is named Infinity, username Infinity. There is a lieutenant named let's see here, Essence, and then there is sort of an enforcer named Dread, and those 3 people seem to be in charge. The enforcer security person. So Infinity, Essence, and Dread, and then there's everyone else.
Is there a head count for how many users?
Yeah, 22. So 19 people, and then the 3 leaders. So not that many.
But more than us.
More than you. You have no idea how many of them would actually be willing to shoot back, but it seems their whole thing is laying low because they think someday someone's going to come, DHQS or a big corporation will pay through the nose for this because they think that this prototype mobile house is the key to retaking the loss. Because there's all of this speculation about like, okay, so it's a hot zone. They clear it out, the LZ immediately. Then they roll in 5 semi trucks. Boom, instant enclave. You can build an enclave in a matter of an hour. That would be huge. And then they can do this and they can do that. And we have the working prototype. We have the proof of work. We have all the data. And so someone's going to pay for it someday, and then we'll be on Easy Street. We're laying low. We have enough resources between our 3D printers, our renewable energy, our biofuel, everything else. And we'll be on Easy Street. So that is what has united this enclave. The thing, because you made your check, you realize everyone else is sick of this to one degree or another. So you don't get access to private messages or conversations, but there's as time has gone on, people are getting more and more disenchanted with this belief, they are, but it's calm, it's safe. It's been very quiet. Quiet is good. So even though all the places that they're able to sneak to and get back to within a night have all been exhausted, and maybe in another year they're going to have to face make some serious decisions about either cannibalizing the prototype, making contact, sharing their knowledge to get some money. They're going to have to contact the outside world eventually. They've been able to put it off for now, but like, someday that will change. They have rooftop gardens. They have basement chicken hatcheries. They've been extremely self-sufficient, but like that's because they've also relatively few people. So, but there's just this gradual sense of dread coming up that that day is coming. But don't worry, Infinity's got it solved, or maybe, it's not perfect, but it's the only system we got. Like, so that's the basic dynamic here. So there are people you've identified who are varying degrees of like, fuck you, willing. There's a whole continuum among those 19 other people. But yeah. It's an interesting dynamic.
An idea suggests itself.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, they're waiting for DHQS to show up and pick, shower them with money and take their gadget away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have persuade. you have deceit, right?
I have persuade.
You don't have deceit?
I have deceit.
Oh, there we go.
Uh-huh.
Can you play a DHQS guy? That's the question. Not a pirate, DHQS suit.
Mm-hmm.
I would require the pirate not to be present.
The pirate persona may not be there.
That's sort of a requirement.
Yeah.
You don't look much like a DHQS agent. Yar.
And,
there goes that
I
plan.
might have to unload some bounty, just straight off, to buy their interest.
Well, I mean, we would have to make a pretty good lie or a pretty good showing to be able to convince them that we are, loaded McMoney bags here to
only
come
has
in.
to be good enough to convince the disgruntled people that this is a good idea and they should take it.
Or we could
And
sow the
they
seeds.
certainly need to be told, you need to sell me this. Why is this so good?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, we need to evaluate it
need
before we can
to
actually purchase it. We
evaluate
have to
it,
take
yes.
it to a DHQS laboratory, a black site that's near here.
They have to drive it off so that we can deploy it somewhere else. And when they drive it off, there are not 22 of them. There might be 5 of them.
It might be more believable if you say that you're representing the DHQS versus you are the DHQS.
Yes,
This is fair.
That would also be true.
But we need someone with deceit that's not a pirate to do that.
I did not suggest myself.
I understand this. I believe you're the only one here that actually has deceit. It's fine. Plan B, guys.
We only need that to get to the point of mutiny, and then everything will be swimming.
Well, that's the thing. We can try to force a mutiny here. Sounds like. Because people have been sitting here for 5 years, and yes, I will bet they do not have a doctor. And there will be a number of issues that they have to deal with that they cannot be fully self-sufficient for.
Oh, they have a
should
doctor, but it's like a theoretical research doctor, like a doctor who specializes.
Okay.
Yeah, not
They
like
do not have a medical doctor that spent 6 years in medical school with the debts and everything, and then the crash, and never mind.
Well, no, the person they have is an actual medical doctor, but like someone who did research. They weren't like a practicing, like actually helping people doctor. So like they were one of the people working on the nanotech for heart surgery thing. So yeah. So you would still be very useful because you could like, oh yeah, that's this, and like you know how to do. Yeah,
that's just an example. What I'm saying is that there are things they lack. They have this kind of core here. Although they've scavenged it all away, they still have makers. They could turn themselves into an enclave. All we need to do is convince them that this pie-in-the-sky deal isn't going to come through. Nobody cares. Let's just take this off your hand, buy it for 31 bounty or something, and we'll...
And you can use that to buy feds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, here's my persuasion.
Start becoming a productive part of the lost society.
No,
If you can get us inside the building, I'm sure you could charm and or lie them as much as we need to. Just promise them the moon and we'll pull the rug out under them.
Well, I can't lie. You can lie. But
But here's the thing.
I do have a... Sorry.
If we use the network to contact them, they know that we're in their network. We can instead drop a written note via drone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do have a persuasion angle.
The lie or the mutiny?
Well, I mean, a mutiny is possible, but I mean, I do, like I said, I do have a persuasion angle that we can try to talk them out of it. I mean, like basically building off of what you said, we're it. You know, they're waiting for their big payday. This is as much as they're going to do. You know, is pay a bunch of bums to come out here in the middle of nowhere and try to burn the thing. Because this device isn't actually worth anything to the people paying us to come out here, and the company that they were a part of is pretty much defunct.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have that right?
Thing, it isn't.
Yeah,
RihadCo does have a presence in the recession. Yeah. And if they knew that their thing could get burnt and ruined, and then somebody else, so what we'd have to do is we have to lie and convince them. Oh, it already happened. Somebody else took the contract. This is scrapped now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So, so in terms of approaching them, making the open, actually, Harold, you can give me another sensitivity check to figure out what would be a good approach for that.
Okay. I will do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. No. Even with my +3.
Okay.
That's the dice spot we know. Yep.
Yep. Yes. It swings. Pendulum swings both ways, it turns out. So you do, yeah. The drone thing sounds fine. Yeah.
What was
Alright.
the drone thing?
Let's just drop a written note so that they don't know we're in their network.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
A lot of rooftop garden thinking about it because
Mm-hmm.
Those would be
I
cool.
mean, you can watch their network, and there are security cameras, and you can make sure that they are see the big written note in the middle of one of their cameras view. So like you can make sure they'll see it.
Yeah, but who is seeing it? Is it enforcers? Who is sitting on the cameras?
Well, it's a very small enclave, and your experience with those is that everyone talks. Like, they got nothing else to do.
Right.
Like,
it's not the leader that's going to be on watch duty.
Yeah. So there is that.
Before we send the note out, could I make a criminality check to just make up a letter that seems plausible enough that...
Yeah, sure.
Would you guys allow the pirate to touch your fancy note?
As long as they don't know you're a pirate, it's all good. The piracy thing's going to just blow it out of the water, literally.
Yeah.
It depends on what we're doing. If we're the crazy takers who are going out here to just clean up, then the pirate thing might be...
Actually, Patchy, you can...
That's a good point.
Yeah, let's see here. Actually, let me look at Patchy's sheet real quick. Oh, wait, you don't have any thinking skills.
Yep.
Actually, no, you have criminality. You can give me a criminality check to come up with an idea.
Okay.
Scam.
Yeah.
That is a 6 out of 6, so no.
Unless you have a will.
Yeah.
I don't have the will.
All right. Well, yeah. So you can't think of anything. You can give me another criminality check to forge a good note. That looks very DHQS.
I don't want to be DHQS. I want to be representing the DHQS.
Yeah.
DHQS contractors.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Are we taking that plan? Like, personally, McStuffins, me, I'd prefer if we turn this enclave into something productive. But we can, and I'm willing to go in there and just steal their big money thing and
Actually,
crash it.
Waste not, want not. Yeah, Blackbird's in with you. It's like, yeah, actually, turning it into a proper enclave would be better for everyone.
I would like some booty materialism.
Why can't we be friends? Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
Before we commit, my chickpea-sized bladder is talking to me again.
Yep.
Okay.
Bio break.
Right.
I will be right back.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
we're at 2 hours. Okay.
While
Yeah.
you're gone, I just want to ask the rest of the group. Are we suggesting at this point not filling our contract and just trying to
Oh, no.
rehabilitate this place?
No. We just convinced them that we'll take this off their hands for 20 bounty. So we have 31 or something like that. And with that money, they can afford to get a proper fence and bring in, the sort of stuff to make it a proper enclave, just establish relations with the local enclaves. And here they all are. Here's who we know.
Yeah, we
And
only
we'll
want
throw
this
in a good
one
word for
thing.
them.
You
Like,
probably
hey,
have,
these guys are okay.
They have all that cool tech. This is just one piece of tech.
Right. Exactly. The other enclaves don't need to know how good their tech is.
Mm-hmm.
Which could be also a veiled threat if we say it the right way. But
Yeah.
And if things go wrong, I will stab all of us.
all of them.
Right, yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Worst case scenario, we need to identify who is the enforcer and the leader, and we shoot those.
Yep, mutiny.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I will not be writing that note since it seems like we're going in
Yeah, are you handing out willpower to people who are trying to...
Well, willpower for you would be walking in, not having a drone drop a note off.
Well, people deciding to not do the DHQS line thing. I suppose that's not really any disadvantage or advantage.
Mm-mm.
It would only be materialism for me if I was actually getting something out of this. So
Yeah, if you started robbing their enclave as we were there negotiating with them, that would be...
Yeah, that would be, yeah. That would be good.
oh, don't worry, I'll be doing that later. Don't worry.
All right. Yeah, as soon as Harold gets back, we'll... Because Harold's going to be... Yeah.
Could I make... I want to understand the scavenging rules correctly. Is it any gear that is 3 and below or below 3?
3 and below, I think.
Yeah, and it's also a big context space. Like, is this something you could have found in
Yeah.
in the region or
Like
in
finding disposable respirator masks is in a car is pretty, yeah, that's fine. But like finding a explosives or a grenade, like that would be harder to
How
justify. Yeah.
how likely would it be to find a from Vebian?
Veblen.
Okay,
Veblen. Yeah, yeah.
Veblen goods. The where is it? The Cell Jammer.
That would definitely not be in
Yeah.
that would you in an electronics store or warehouse or
Understandable.
someplace like that. Yeah, like that's a very specialized piece of gear. They're illegal. They were illegal before the loss, before the crash. So yeah, there's not a lot of them around. They're not commonplace.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll just let's see here.
I do like, in theory, anti-personnel mines are upkeep 3, so in theory you could loot them somewhere. But there would be like potential places for that, like army bunkers and vehicles and stuff like that.
Yep, definitely.
You dig them up without exploding them.
Well, that
Yeah,
would
you could
require a
also do
skill
that.
check. Yeah, that would be more than scavenging. That would be a demolition skill check. Like that's not. The scavenging is a
Or
useful
one
skill, but
failed
not-
demolitions. I mean, one's failed scavenging check has the same effect as failing.
Well,
demolition.
no,
So it's all
that
the same.
you don't get to keep the landmine after that. Weirdly
No, but you don't
enough.
care either.
Yeah, that's true.
I saw it on MacGyver once. I think I could do it.
There you go. That's a good point. Anyway, so you drop the message off that you are wanting to make contact. And how do you say you want do you want them like send basically you give them like your Ubic open address so they can contact you over the network, or that you're
I feel the way we're going to play this is fairly straight. So we're just going to lie our asses off when it comes to what we actually want the little base thing for.
okay. So yeah, we'll just kind of play this as is. So you watch on the cameras and they definitely pick it up, and pretty soon Harold, you get pinged.
All right. So who wants to lie to them?
That's me.
Okay, sorry, yeah, McStuffin, sorry, yeah. You get pinged.
Yeah, hello. Name's McStuffins.
Hello, I am Infinity. I am the CEO of RihadCo here. And we saw your message that you wanted to open communication channels and that you are interested in our technology.
Yes, I'm sort of interested in how long you're going to be sitting there on it too.
Well, we're looking
you're not
for
really-
investors. Yeah.
Well, you're not really contributing to the local area either, and you're cleaning everything dry. So it's sort of irritating to your neighbors. But never mind that. Never mind that. What we'd like to do is to buy a truck thing. Just get it off your hands. We have a place that needs something like that, and it's there. Nobody's really using it, especially not you guys. And you really need to clean up your act and start contributing to the local area, if you ask me.
Okay, negative.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Mysterious over here, negging them. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and give me deception.
It really sound like a DHQS operator.
Yeah.
Was any of that a lie though?
Yeah, you can roll persuasion, I guess. Yeah, if you're intent on actually.
I'll do deception because I don't care that much.
Fair.
So
Yeah,
it is a lie.
yeah.
What
Like
I'm trying to do is whoever's listening over her shoulder to make oh god, we're being made fun of by the actual locals. So let's see. I'll flip that with my will. So I have a success.
Yes. Are you a private investor, or do you represent a larger organization?
No, we're just trying to do business for another enclave, and they have needs.
Oh,
We have
well, we're
needs.
not. we're not really interested in selling our prototype without a larger deal in place. We are able to provide a unique. This is for a institutional buyer, of course. I'm sure you understand. But and I mean, what level of funding are you talking about?
Let me level with you, Infinity. You're in the loss. You've
Yeah.
been written off. There are people working on the kind of tech you are sitting on who are making approaches to DHQS, I'm sure, at this very moment. So you're already out of the game. What are you just gonna sit here on this for the rest of your lives? You've been there for 5 years.
Well, that's our concern, and we've made, as you have correctly pointed out, we have made a large investment in this, and we need to see a return, and more than we need to see not just a one-time payment, but a revenue stream for our patented technology. We have a lot to contribute to society, and so does your enclave have a factory? We could start making them. That would be a very profitable venture. But
Trabajo already has business interests, so I don't think they would. I'm not sure there's anybody nearby who would make stuff like this.
exactly. We've made overtures to investors in the recession, and we have other offers we're looking at, so we'll keep that in mind. But we're looking at yeah.
Could I whisper to Harold? I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Harold's our techie, right?
No, I'm the talker. Well,
Sorry,
I
who's
got a
your
laptop.
Blackbird.
Yeah.
I mean, who has access to the network is what I mean.
Harold.
Yeah.
Could Harold? I whisper to you, Harold. Could you? Is there any way you could make their transmission play over a PA system so everyone can hear what's going on?
Yeah, you could. That would require a skill check. I don't think he does not have that level of skill.
No.
Though you could spend another reference to call someone and yeah.
My
knows the
idea
guy.
is if we can get everyone inside, because right now only Infinity knows about the deal. If we can get everyone in the Enclave to know that there's an offer on the table, and then this person is squandering it, it might be enough to get us in the wall.
Yeah.
That's a possibility, but before that, I wanted to do a sensitivity check
Sure.
because she said that they're entertaining other deals, and I think that's bullshit.
Okay. Go and give me a roll.
All right. Five over 3, and I got a +3.
So you realize now. How did your mystery client in the recession even know about this place? How did they know about this tech? And you realize Infinity has probably been contacting corporations and institutions in the recession, and what's left of RihadCo in the recession, and trying to negotiate. Like, we have the patented tech, we have the prototype. With that, we can make this work. But then the recession people are like, well, they're all the way out in the loss. Well, why can't we just cut them out of the deal? And if they don't have a prototype, they have nothing. Like, we have the data too. Like, the servers were backed up in the recession. So, like, that's the only, the fact that they have the prototype would allow them to make a claim in court. But, like, the recession are people who want the tech, but are wanting to just write them out of the deal.
Yeah.
And so that's what you realize is the most likely scenario for all this to happen. So Infinity doesn't realize he's being played.
Yeah.
And you don't think he ever will. He's so doubled down on this so much. You don't think it would take. You don't know him well enough from this to know what it would take for him to get to admit that, but you don't know. You may not have to kill him per se, but He should not.
We would
be,
have
he,
to destroy his life.
he cannot be as long as he's in charge of the Enclave. He's never going to admit it.
If you can break him over the radio, over the PA system, I feel like that would cause me.
I mean, I'm about to, if I can try and roll well.
Well, first off,
Interesting.
Harold, do you want to spend your last reference to get the exploit to play it over the PA system?
Do you guys really want me to do that?
I'm
Your
amused
call,
by
I'm
the
not
idea.
Okay, I heard one positive and I didn't hear the other person.
All right.
Go for it.
So we'll say that you've already had that set up and that this entire negotiation is going in that everyone is hearing this, everyone is watching this.
Okay, thank you.
And Infinity doesn't realize this yet. So with that in mind, McStuffins, you can you can play to your real audience. With it, yeah.
Look, you don't get it, do you? You're stuck in this sunk cost fallacy. If there were people over in the loss who were interested in your technology, DHQS, for example, they wouldn't pay you for it necessarily. They would just take it. That's how it goes. There are friends of mine in this taker business who have done similar things. I'm approaching you openly, doing the right thing here, trying to get you back on board, back into this whole society we're trying to rebuild here, while you're just sitting on this I'm not even sure how to phrase it. I'm a doctor. I have to live out here and do things. And you're just sitting inside with all of these various sorts of technologies that could help the local area, and you're not even using them. You're just scavenging out all around and bringing it in and just sitting tight for something that isn't going to happen, or at worst is just going to make you a target. Because you are a target if you're sitting on something this valuable and you don't have any defenses.
Okay. You make deception or persuade. I mean, that sounded more like persuade to me, but you can also make a case for intimidation. Honestly,
I think a deception is again where it goes. Yeah, I'm caught. It doesn't sound correct.
Well, okay. So he realizes something's up. And he starts checking. He's like, whispers something to someone off screen, and then he abruptly ends it.
Shit.
Well, I mean, but you got the message into the other people's ears, whether they believe all the details or not. It gives them an excuse.
About 10 seconds later, you get another ping from the network, McStuffins.
Take it quickly.
Hey, this is Torpedo. Yeah, I'm also in the building. I'm really interested. You're from an enclave. You want to buy the our prototype?
Yep, we got a bunch of bounties waiting right here.
Look, and would that enclave be willing to like set up a trade deal with us, and like we could like visit them, and they could visit us, and we could like go out in the world and stuff.
The only reason why that isn't happening is because you're not making that happen.
Well, that's because Infinity's. Look, you hear yelling in the background. Are you like really close by? I mean, you must be if you're that.
Out of range of the cameras, but yeah.
I hold up my hand. Just sorry. Go ahead.
Look, come to the west building. It's the one directly across from the front of the truck. And come to the back, and we can let you in. Like if you run now, just like all of you, like
get on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I raised my sword.
Sensitivity. Can I do a sensitivity check on that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you.
I mean, he sounds pretty sincere, but okay.
She.
Either way.
Yeah.
That's a success.
Okay. Yeah. You've lit that fuse all that resentment. You were successful enough to get people to start yelling, and people are starting to draw lines. Probably, it's probably going to get real ugly in there. People are choosing sides. You're guessing, like.
So let's get in there, get what tech we can, and get away.
Let's do our take it.
All right, so everyone give me an athletics check, and remember you have to spend one charge to make it, and then you can spend additional charges to get a bonus. So say how many charges you're spending before you make the roll.
Yeah, I'll spend. Let's see, I'll spend 3.
Okay, so you get a +2 to your roll.
Yeah, so +4 in total, and I make it.
Okay,
I'm gonna spend 2, just bonus of 1.
okay,
I make it.
okay.
So I'm also going to spend 2, so that gives you a total of +4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, 3, so I get a total of +4.
Which is good.
Which is what I needed.
Yep. All right. And I think Harold, you're the
Yeah.
only one.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 so I can get a +3.
Okay.
All right.
All right, all of you beat feet, and you get to the west side building. There's an exterior door. It's a big steel security door, but it opens, and Torpedo is in there. And as you are all running to the building, you see something interesting. Those machines on the side of each wall of the building start whirring up, and metal walls slide out of them. So they're barricades that can be concealed, withdrawn at a moment's notice, so the buildings look abandoned from a distance.
Which is
Yeah.
unsurprising considering the tech they've got to assemble instant house. Which I realized after I made the crit fail. So it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. Yeah. So they can't, if a bunch of casualties attack them, they have a way of protecting themselves, and they also have a way of hiding themselves. So that's actually pretty fucking neat. But anyways, Torpedo lets you in there. There's a couple of people with her. You can hear yelling going on. Look, we're all kind of split up a little bit, you know. And there's 4 buildings. There's not that many of us. We used to have more. Some people just left. We haven't heard from them. But they're out. We outnumber them. But they have the guns. We're not allowed to have guns. Dredd was real insistent on that. And
Point me in the right direction.
Well,
so, yeah.
Our
We do have
literal
guns
job
and
is
people
to
willing to use them.
take
Yeah.
things from people that want to keep them. So, for a small phenomenal fee, we
Look,
can help you.
yeah. Look, how about this? You help us. It'd be really great if you don't kill them. I understand. Like, if you talk them down.
Understood.
But
I
if
can
whatever
even patch
happens,
them up if we put some holes in them.
look. We'll give you. If I'm in charge, I'll give you. I'll give you the truck. You can just drive it off if I'm put in charge, and we get them to lay down their arms, or they're not willing. So
Okie dokie.
I want to try to talk
By
him
the way,
down
if you
we
do
can.
get anywhere with those nano things, keep me in touch.
Oh, that stuff's a pipe dream. That stuff. It's
Damn it! I knew it.
It's nano-sized drills that go into arteries to cut out cholesterol. Like, it's really bad. But it was. We look like it's. I can show you later. Yeah, if we get the arcade. So we're just gonna go. The building across from us is the one where they're in right now. So we're just gonna march on them. I don't think they're gonna shoot at us, but your presence is definitely gonna piss them off. So you need to send someone. Maybe not you, because she points at you and makes up. I think they're really pissed at you. So I don't know. It's up to you. You make the case that we should join the rest of the enclaves and get in the here and now, and give up on this pipe dream. And I should be in charge. Anyways, let's go. So she gets a group of armed people with her. They're armed with like bows and arrows and spears
Be
and
there
stuff.
a way I could get a sneaky advantage on our foes.
Well, now that you're inside the walls, you realize you know what building that they're in. You can, if you can get through that side building, there's 4 buildings, one for each direction. You're on the west building, and the leadership's on the east building. But if you can get the south or the north building, you could go through that building and then sneak around to the side entrance of the east building. So
I would like to make a stealth check to try and make that happen.
all right, give me a stealth check.
All right, fellows, you go ahead. I shall be the rear guard.
All right.
Well, apparently I'm not wanted, so perhaps I should also be out of sight.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me a stealth check too.
Come with me if you wish.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
I just want to straight up.
I go with a
talk to them,
pirate,
so-
sighing.
All right. So the two of you start flanking, while Harold and Blackbird go with the crowd. Yeah, you as you get in the courtyard, start marching, going around the prototype truck. The door, you can see, the doors open up, and Dredd and 2 people with him with rifles stand out, and Dredd says, "All right, y'all, just go back to your quarters. We're doing a lockdown curfew right now. We got outsiders. That's strictly forbidden. Outsiders need to lay down your arms, put your hands in the air. And Harold, you can give me a sensitivity check.
All right, I'll roll that real quick.
So where do we see this person, or is it only over the PA system?
No, this is in the courtyard. Dredd and his 2 goons have stepped out of the front door of the east building. You're in the courtyard marching towards the east building from the west building. Does that give you a pretty clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're basically past the truck at this point. And you're marching toward them when he starts giving orders. So
So I failed my sensitivity, by the way.
okay, well, you know what you know. You didn't crit fail, so you
Yeah.
know what you know. And yeah, so Harold, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm just gonna put my hands up. I don't take my pistol out. I mean, I got it on me still, and I'm just saying, hey, look, I just want to talk.
All right, you can give me a persuade check.
All right. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not gonna do it.
All right, he's not listening. He's getting very angry. Sorry, Blackbird. Yeah.
Is he wearing a helmet?
No, none of them are wearing helmets.
Okay.
None of them are wearing armor.
Can I
either.
have, cover for long enough to get a, cold shot to the head going?
Oh,
No, call shot would require you to stand out and well, no, I mean you can make a snapshot and try and hit the head. Yeah. So yeah, it's precision
it does
rolls.
require you to. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
How
So
many combatants are there, by the way?
there are 3. Dredd and his 2 goons. They all have rifles.
yeah, rifles. What's it gonna do? Shoot me in the head? Oh wait. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
So I will use the Ubix.
They're all focused on Harold, so yeah, you
Right.
would have to. Yeah.
So I will do that. I've got the Ubix. It's a total of +4.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a hit.
All right. Yeah, the bullet goes right in his head. It's surprise, so he just drops.
We
All right,
would like to negotiate with anyone left that thinks they have something to negotiate about.
All right, so the 2 goons panic, and they
As
just
well they should.
Yeah, and they open up full auto.
Oh, that's not good.
no.
Flanking people, maybe.
I would like to attack.
Well, Blackbird kind of did this on his own. None of you were quite. You'll be able to act after the goons. So
Oh, of course. Understand.
yeah. So Blackbird and Harold, both of you, give me athletic checks to
I
not
will,
be shot.
I will
all right.
Total of 3 on that.
Are there any
so-
rules for taking a bullet for someone else?
Yeah, you can make an athletics check to protect other people.
I'd like to, since I snuck with our
fine.
doctor, I'd like to push him out of the way.
No, you're too
we're
far
not
from the
seen.
doctor. Actually, the 2 sneakers, you're too far. So
Okay,
only.
We're not seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh dear.
Okay. So yeah, that's
Just
18
FYI,
to
guys.
killing to 9.
yeah.
I was perfectly willing to be captured. FYI.
Yeah, well, that's
I
a crit
wasn't.
failure, so that's double damage.
Oh,
I
you have to
believe.
roll the damage separately, don't you?
Oh
It's
yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be double
been
damage.
nice knowing you guys.
Yeah. So,
I probably just took your leg off. It's fine.
It's only
You could roll
9
low,
damage.
you could roll
Come
low.
on.
It's not 9.
so
He has to roll
for-
the damage.
yeah, it is. Yeah, good point, Scribbly. So the first die is going to be location. Second die is going to be damage.
I thought it was the same die as your.
Oh no!
So that is 18 damage to hit location 2.
Which is an arm, right?
Yeah, leg.
Leg.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a leg. Yes.
Fuck your leg.
And-
Rifles just do killing damage, right? Or do they do killing and
No,
stun?
it's just killing.
Okay, so it's just killing.
Double checking that, but I'm pretty sure.
Why is it 18 because 2 of them are shooting?
No, because it's a crit failure.
Crit failure. Sorry.
So 8
Yeah.
of that goes through to your torso.
Yep. So yeah.
Fortunately, you have a doctor with.
Yeah, so you get shot in the leg and you're bleeding out. It's really bad. Give me a self-control check for trauma, because, oh my god.
Not Bill Danoff.
Yeah, your leg is gone.
Nah. I'm
yeah,
not taking this well.
this is 3 trauma. You're pretty convinced you're about to bleed out. Like, you're definitely in shock. Anyway, Blackbird, how'd you do on your athletics check?
Oh, I made that by a lot.
Okay,
I had 11 over 5.
Okay, yeah. So you're fine. Give me a self control check for trauma for seeing your teammate and some innocents get hosed down.
Oh shit! they
I'm
hit
surprisingly
innocents
okay
too?
with that.
Yeah, it's going to be 1 trauma for you. Your teammate
Sure.
is. Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
They hit innocent people too.
Yeah, they just fire into the crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. They're just spraying and praying. Gotcha.
Yeah. They're goons and their leader just got shot in their head. They're just gonna panic fire. Like, they're dumb. They're not smart. So, that's the ambush round. Or that's round 1. So round 2, the 2 flankers. You're both on your way to sneak into the east building when that happens, and it was too quick for you to react to. But now both of you have no one's aware of you. The 2 goons are out in the open, just mag dumping into the crowd. Yeah. McStuffins, what do you want to do?
Probably I should go and shoot some people who are shooting some people.
Yeah.
So can I do that
Yeah. Go
in
ahead.
a fair and sensible way? Preferably in the back. I don't know.
Well, like yeah, the side basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
I'll spend 4 bullets.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right, roll. You just need to roll a d10. These are just the goons that have like 10 damage total. So
Yep, 5.
All right.
boom.
Do you have auto on your weapon?
No.
Okay,
No.
so you hit him. He's wounded. He's definitely aware of you now.
Is he? Because I have a silenced gun.
Well, he got shot in the side, so he's gonna look off to the side. And
Silence only really helps with zombies.
yeah, no, I mean it would if this was night, but this is daylight, and you're in a courtyard, so you're low to the ground, but you're not. There's nothing really to hide behind.
dear.
So yeah. So, but he just magged him, so he's gonna have to reload this round anyway, or he's gonna do something. You don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
But Patchy, you can act next. As McStuffin's just shooting one of the goons, you can do something.
Fantastic. I'd like to take the rush action.
Okay.
So I spend my tactic and my twitch to run up on the uninjured guy and attack him with my sword.
Okay. All right. Give me athletics check to clear the ground, to clear the distance.
I remember running.
6 over 3.
All right. You get there. Go and give me your melee attack and tell me how many rations you're spending.
I spend 1 ration, and that is a +4 to that roll, so 13
Yeah.
over 15.
Yeah, give me roll damage. You hit the shit out of him.
You upgraded that sword all the way, didn't you?
Yeah, but I got a
Yeah.
1 on my damage, so.
But don't you
No,
still add
that-
a bunch?
No, the one is for the hit location. So you
Oh,
you
cool.
hit him in the leg.
Yeah,
So much.
hit him with +3 potent.
Okay, yeah. 7 killing to the leg. You chop into his leg. He screams, obviously. So they get to go. The one who is shot is still able to walk.
Actually,
So,
we don't
yeah.
we haven't rolled initiative. Do they get to go?
yeah, yeah. We're just doing like you.
Okay, we went first there. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. This is still the same round. You just acted first. So the
then-
one. Yeah, sorry.
What about
Yeah, do we get actions? Or...
Blackbird?
Yeah, you do get actions. You'll be able to interrupt, but the guy who was shot is running back into the building. The guy who has the leg is going to do something at the end of the round. So you can, but he's turning and running. So Blackbird, you can do something.
Yeah, let's fix this problem. I will learn another Ubik.
I will say Harold is just in shock this round because
Fix
Yeah,
this
let's-
problem.
Yeah.
That with the Ubix gives me a +4. That's a 7/6.
Okay. Roll damage.
Just 1d10.
Yeah, he's taken 5 so far. So all right. You go. He goes down. The Harold, you're in shock. So
Yeah, that's yeah.
And that was my last bullet.
yep. The Patchy, the other guy, is going to punch you in the face. Because that's all he can do. Well, he's going to basically hit you with butt stroke you.
He's gonna auto win because I used my Twitch.
Yep. So it's going to be D10 stun. Well, it's going to be just 2D10 because he's hitting you with a rifle. But this is going to be stun. So hit location 2. Damn.
Leg.
Yeah. As he goes down, he brings his butt of his rifle onto your knee, and your knee just bends, and like, oh god. So yeah, you take 10 stun to the leg.
Oof, I think I can't walk, so no good right now.
Yeah, you can still hit him with the sword because you're still in melee.
Of course.
You're not maimed. You're just hobbled, I think.
Yeah. You can recover from this. Certainly with a successful first aid. So new round. Let's do actually Patchy first because he's in melee with the guy, and you probably don't want to shoot into melee.
No.
Yeah. So you can swing that sword again.
All right, let's swing that sword. I win.
All right. Roll damage.
What is that? Oh, this is bad, man.
No, you still kill him because he only had 10 stress total. He was just like a nameless goon. So
And you had a fully upgraded sword that's +3, right? So that's 5 damage.
Yeah. So you cut into him and stab him in the chest, and he falls over, quite dead. And then you go down too because your knee. Oh god, your knee is not working the way you want it to.
I don't like pirates with peg legs. Oh no, not now.
Yeah, so the crowd is recovering from being shot at.
Is Torpedo still up?
Yeah, let's actually. I will. Give me someone choose odd or even.
Odd.
Nope.
Dope.
She is not dead, but she's been shot. So,
Medic.
Yep. Actually, I'll just roll again to see if she's dead. No, yeah, she's just been wounded. She's just been grazed.
Keep the rest of the goons off me. I have work to do.
Well, no one's coming out immediately, so yeah, we'll just do this still in combat. So, Blackbird, you're up and healthy. What is your action?
Do we need to get into the building? Are there more goons going to come out? What's going on?
You have no idea. You can spend this round asking the unshot people.
I will ask the unshot people while I reload. I will burn off a refresh.
Okay. They say no. It's just Essence and Infinity in there. They didn't have many people on their side. We're a small enclave, man. But they got to pay for this. They opened fire. Yeah, no one's coming out this round. You reload. You find out there's only 2 people left in the building. let's see here. So that's your action, McStuffins. You're healthy. You can. There's a bunch of people to treat.
Who's the most wounded?
Harold.
Who is going to die if I don't get to them right now?
Probably Harold. Harold is definitely. Harold, give me a. You're definitely bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give me. Well, actually, no. McStuffin. If McStuffin fails his check, I'll have to have you make a check, but a strength check. But we'll.
Right, I'll spend 2 charges of my medkit.
All right.
And that
Thank you.
makes, I think, so 6 over 5.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's you heal 1 killing. So
Out of how many again?
18. Well, 8 to your chest and 10 to your leg. So probably 1 to your leg is gone. So you can hobble around. So your leg is not crippled anymore. So that's good. You got that going for you. You're not going to lose the leg.
I'm an actual doctor. I can save your leg, except, don't walk on it for a month or 2
Yeah.
or 3.
Yeah. You have to spend a lot of your extra bounty to not anyway, so that's your action. Patchy, yeah. You can sort of limp one-legged into the building because it's just stun damage. If you want to, or you could just keep holding the door and shoot anybody who comes towards the doors.
How many charges are on that gun that's on the floor?
Empty.
Empty. Oh, right, because
Yeah, he mag dumped.
no magazine. Okay, well, I'm not gonna try and get.
Well,
that.
you have to scavenge to see if they had any.
Yeah. So there's only 2 people in the door ahead of us, right?
Um.
Ross,
mm,
stun effect. No athletics checks possible until partially healed, but character can still move.
Okay, yeah, so you can still move.
Okay, but I can't make athletics, which is bad for a sword guy.
Yeah,
I
but
reload
you-
my gun.
Okay, you reload your gun. All right. So, yeah, it becomes apparent no one's coming towards the doors. So let's see here. Yeah, new round. Who are you going to treat next, McStuffins?
Again, I'm doing the triage thing of doing the most wounded first.
Okay, well that would be the crowd. Basically, if you're gonna do triage, which is good, no self control checks. Basically, everyone Patchy is the least damage. He's literally not even bleeding. He's just got a dislocated knee or something.
Yeah. You before I. You treat everyone else. Don't worry about me. I'll hold the line.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Are you gonna go into the building? They're not coming out.
Yes, I will. I'm not going to risk the crew.
Okay. So you're going into the building to find them.
Yes.
Blackbird, are you going in too?
I was gonna scavenge up a crutch for Harold, but I guess I'm going in too because he's not going alone.
No,
Okay.
I say to you, heal yourself up. I will.
I am unhurt.
Oh. Okay.
I am reloaded. Let's go take care of this problem.
All right.
I'd rather not kill them. Maybe they'll surrender. I don't know. I'm not good at talking.
Harold, you
We
can actually.
noticed.
Harold, you're walking wounded at this point. You can actually follow after them, but so
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm just giving your character options. You can use leadership to calm and get the crowd over to your side. And
Don't you have why can't we all be friends? This would be the moment to get a willpower to get up and.
That's fair.
Yeah, give me a leadership check, Harold. You can calm the crowd.
All right. I try to calm the crowd by saying that, hey, everybody, this psychopath isn't aiming at you.
Yeah.
Which
And,
psychopath?
Well, they're dead. Like all the guards are dead. So,
shit. Nobody believes me because I'm sweating and pissing myself and just complete pain and fear.
yeah, you're an outsider who's been shot, and they don't really they're more concerned with their injuries. So you don't make things worse. You didn't crit fail. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah. So all right. So Blackbird and Patchy, both of you give me awareness checks.
Ooh, 8. Time to go to the market.
Okay.
Seven over 2.
All right. So Patchy, you can hear a silenced gunshot above you, and a body hitting the floor in one floor above you. These buildings are like 3 stories each.
That's interesting.
Gotcha.
So you can both make a stealth. Now that you know what room that at least one person's in, or at least one person was in, you don't know if that's a suicide or a murder. You can both give me stealth checks, and you will get the drop on whoever.
I succeed.
All right.
I also succeed.
All right. So you know what Infinity looks like. You saw him on the initial negotiations. You see a body on the floor.
I
You're
thought that's
guessing
who I
that.
shot.
No, you shot Dredd, the enforcer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, he
Dredd.
Tenants left.
Yeah, Dredd was the muscle. Infinity's the leader, and Essence is, you're guessing, the body on the floor, who is the lieutenant, the second in command. And Infinity is now in there with a silenced pistol. And well, no, he's got a silenced assault rifle, so fully kitted out assault rifle. And looks like he Essence had well, both of you can give me a sensitivity check.
I don't have that skill, so
Okay.
I'll default it and see what happens.
Yeah, that's.
It is not a 1. Nope.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what you see. And it looks like he's coming. Looks like Infinity has the assault rifle, just shot Essence, and is now about to put on Kevlar and a helm. He does have a helmet on, but he's putting a Kevlar vest on.
Okay. Can we interrupt that action?
Yeah, you both have an action. So what do you want to do?
Shoot him.
All right.
A lot. I will use yet another Ubix charge.
He has not put the armor on yet.
If he's strapping on,
That is definitely a hit with a 13 over 1. Roll for damage.
Yeah.
If he's strapping on his Kevlar, does that mean he still
so
has
it's
a gun in his hand?
3 to his leg, right?
Yeah, 3 to his legs.
Okay, I'll spend another 7 bullets, so I spent a total of 8. That is 10 to his leg.
Okay. You shoot the shit out of his leg. So Patchy, well, hold on. Patchy gets an action at the same time. So Patchy, what is your action? You can see Blackbird's about to shoot and is in the process of shooting him. What are you doing while Blackbird is shooting at the guy? You had a question?
Yeah, I guess you've kind of answered the question, but it's if he's strapping on Kevlar, does he have a gun in his hand?
Yeah. No, he does not have a gun in his hand. He put it down to put the armor on. So it's at hand, but it's on the table next to him. So
gotcha. Yeah. Can I just body check him so that he can't get?
You can't, because you can't make athletics checks.
Oh, right.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
If I were to make a called shot, would he have time to get the gun?
Not you have the drop on him. He would not have time. He does have a helmet on right now, though. So
okay.
But he's also going to be on the floor, so if the gun is on the table.
well, you're shooting him at the same time, so this is So
do you have intimidate?
I kind of want. I don't have intimidate.
Oh well.
No social skill. I was gonna say, could I shoot his gun arm so he could?
Yeah.
The gun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you can shoot his hand. Basically, you're close range. It's not that hard. I mean, it's not an easy shot, but it's not an impossible shot.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
I didn't make it.
All right. The shot goes wide.
Would it?
Yeah.
Would it be my not soft spot? Yeah, soft spot. You before I to have gone into battle before.
No.
That doesn't make sense. No.
No, because Blackbird basically, you saw him at the same time. Blackbird shot the fuck out of his leg, and you tried to shoot his arm. That.
Okay,
it's happening very quickly. So he falls to the ground. You can execute him now if you want. You don't have to roll again because he's stunned because his leg is out from him and pain. So, you emptied your gun, so you can't.
I reloaded my gun at the door.
Yeah,
I didn't empty it. I have 2 bullets left.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can execute him.
But I don't want to. If he's incapacitated, I think the people he's lived with for the last 5 years would like some words with him.
Okay, yeah. In that case, the two of you don't have to roll. You can just capture him.
Yep.
So
I will pick up his rifle and sling that on.
Okay.
If there are
Yeah.
any spare magazines around, I'll grab those. Oh, that's lovely Kevlar. Take that.
No, you do not see any spare magazines.
Okay. Well, that's still lovely Kevlar.
All right.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah. So the you drag him out. All of the people. There were only some of the people were going to confront him directly. There were a lot of
medic.
Yeah. So yeah. Torpedo's there. You've been takes out a hand, grabs one of the rifles from one of the goons, finds a magazine, loads it very calmly, and says, here's your fucking golden parachute," and just shoots him in the head. She is very, very angry at him. He is too terrified to speak. As well, he's also in shock too, because his leg
Bleeding out. Yeah.
Yeah. So she holds a rifle. Is like, "I would like his rifle back. That is our property, and the Kevlar. We need that. We will give you the truck. That would be best, but
Oh, fine.
I appreciate that. I think
Fantastic! Welcome to the Lost.
We do want to have good relations with a reasonable leader.
yes, that would be good. It's
Now, was
Speaking
Essence
of which, do
definitely
you
dead, by the
need-
way?
yeah. Sorry. What was the question?
Was Essence definitely dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was executed. Basically, it's just like, man, we got. Oh shit, this is really bad. What were he panicked? He snapped. He cracked, and Infinity did not like his lieutenant failing him at that moment. So
Weird.
yeah,
This was, the
yeah.
tyrant finally collapsing.
Yep. So yeah, you've Torpedo just looks at you. It's probably best if you just go right now. We have a lot to deal with, but get this truck out of here. I hate to. I want to see it out of here. I want it gone. So, just
All right.
just leave, and we'll call you when we're ready. We'll ping you on Ubik, but we have a lot of cleaning up and reorganizing to do. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, you have the truck.
Harold, Blackbird, Patchy. A moment.
Patchy, you're driving.
Of course.
On a
Yeah,
Cadillac.
sure. I got a moment. I'm not doing anything.
Should we put some seed money in this enclave?
No,
Hell no.
They have
Wait.
makers.
they are rich with tech.
Yeah,
They'll be
I'm
fine.
good.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we put seed money in them, we
Oh,
could
I see.
also
Making
be
it.
fine.
Okay, so yes, if it was an ongoing campaign, investing in this as a business at some point would make sense. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd definitely be open for that. Yeah, this is a campaign. I would not just abruptly end it, like negotiating the next part would be very essential. But yeah, we can kind of leave it up in the air to find out what happens next. Yeah, you have the truck. You've completed the job. You'll get paid.
Now, fellows, perhaps we should tell our business partner that we destroyed the truck and keep the spoils for ourselves.
I mean, they don't care. We took care of the problem. Was all they need to know. It is gone.
We
The truck
can
is not there.
scavenge whatever we want out of this thing as long as none of the bits turn up and are recognizable as, the tech.
Or we could just convert it into a house somewhere and live in it because it's a hell of a lot nicer than this bloody shipping container.
Fantastic! We now have a pirate ship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Some of
You've
the-
done such a fine job. I'm going to live with that. Yes, we now have a fine ship.
Yeah. In fact, this is what it looks like. It looks like one of these. It's a Transformer mobile home. Yeah, so you can take it back to Tropaho and expand Tropaho as an enclave with this thing.
Yep.
So, yeah, Dahir and Sot, they make.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very gameable company, is what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Weird.
Yep. So yeah, that was Grand Theft House, and you did it. So yeah, the other ideas other things were tricking them, pretending to be investors. Overthrow the leadership was what you did. You could have just burned the Enclave to the ground, but that would have obviously been a lot of self-control hits.
Yeah,
I
I did
did
consider,
think
hey, we were just through a wildfire. Maybe we can just burn the whole place.
Yeah, that you could have done that.
I was thinking, how many kamikaze drones would it take to destroy the thing permanently?
If you got one stuffed a rag down its biofuel tank, you could have just burned it that way. So yeah. Or the other thing
I mean,
would
order just a drone with a kamikaze upgrade. How many of
okay.
those would it take to blast it from the air?
Probably at least a couple, depending on where you.
I was thinking 2 or 3, but yeah.
Yeah,
We had the money for it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's true. You did.
That was
You
my
did
backup plan.
The other thing is you could have tricked them into thinking the prototype was worthless, which would have been harder to do. You would have had to that would have been a pretty elaborate.
We kind
con,
of tried. It's just
Yeah.
that my deceptions failed.
Yep, it's
Yep.
true. That's how it be sometimes.
So that was great. I hope you guys don't mind that I brought this to a closure. I saw the opportunity and just went for it.
No,
Yeah.
I do not
that was,
mind people making choices in games like these. I'm a bit careful about doing it myself because, especially with new people, I don't want to ruin how people want to approach things. But I think
Yeah.
this went well.
Yeah, we completed the job and no one died. That's a victory.
I mean, some of the civilians did, but not many.
No one important.
None of us died. That's the important part.
That's true.
And let's be fair, there's probably a few of them that died prior to that, for instigating and stuff like that. We did them a favor.
Yeah,
We really
uh,
did.
Yeah, they're
We did
definitely
the
going to
planet
start
a favor.
recruiting new people to their enclave in the near future. Anyway, they have some openings. So yeah,
Such shiny toys.
such shiny toys. It's probably more than 22 people now that I think about it, with 4 buildings worth of stuff. But if you had failed more social skills, you could have realized the goons were not as if you had not shot Dredd off the bat, you could have talked them down, because the goons especially had low morale. But as soon as you shot their boss, they're like, ah, yeah.
Well,
They
I have
did
to
the
admit,
cop thing where the
Yeah.
cops start shooting at everything and everyone. The first bullet that gets fired, even if it was one of theirs.
I have to
Well,
admit,
yeah.
I missed that it was Dread, not Infinity out there. So,
Okay.
whoops.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Obviously, he
that's
was sending his
different.
enforcer. Yep. Well,
I had an
I-
angle that I was going to use.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
Um,
heard Prisoner. I saw this is another couple hours of gameplay. I gotta go cook dinner.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But
that's fair.
I mean, I wanted to I was basically just going to tell him the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was just going to be like,
It
look,
wouldn't have gotten
you know,
through to him. He was a true believer.
well, I could have talked him out. I think what I was going to try to do is I was going to be like, look, all that we need to do is just move the vehicle off the site.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
these guys aren't going to send another squad of people with bombs.
Yeah. And basically everyone except Infinity would have agreed with that, but Infinity was never going to double down. So you would, if you had managed to capture him, if you managed to get in the building without a firefight, if you could have physically restrained him and just like we're not going to kill you, but we're overthrowing you, then everyone could have lived. But mistakes happen, and when everyone has guns, it gets real deadly, real quick.
It's
So,
strange. It's
this
like
is-
controlling the number of guns actually keeps people alive.
Yeah.
The moral of the
Fantasy.
story.
Yeah.
Moral
I'm
of the
glad
story.
I made the decision to sneak off with the pirate, because then I wasn't in the firing line.
See,
Yep.
see,
Yep.
like I said, the moral of the story is that sword characters are OP in red markets. Don't at me.
No, they're not. You got to make that stealth check to get close enough first.
All right. Well, this was definitely a one shot kind of a thing, because because I just got mangled.
Yeah.
So,
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
It'll grow back.
Yeah.
yeah.
You kept the leg. That's the important thing.
That's right. You don't need
yeah.
you don't need a bot leg. That's good. Those are expensive and uncomfortable.
No,
Yeah.
this is like that game where you have the peasant funnel or whatever.
Oh yeah, Dungeon Crawl Classics. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's every one shot, basically.
yeah. Anyways, so thank you all for playing. Thank you all for listening. For those of you who are, and every month I'll be running a game on RPPR Patreon for patrons. So I'll run one in the evening next month to spread it out. And yeah, we'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.